Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. And yes, you are noticing the panel has shrunk considerably, like George Costanza when he gets out of the pool. It's a little lean tonight. There were some things that came up. Some folks had other commitments tonight that collided with the show. Jacob Ironside is being attacked by raccoons, so that is excusable. I can only do so much about that. But everybody else just kind of had to. Like I said, it's the real world, and other things do come up. So tonight we are going to be talking pop culture, and we're going to do something on the show that we don't normally do. While it is technically in the pop culture arena, it also dips its toes into the political stuff, which we don't do, but it's kind of impossible not to talk about the story, and we'd be remiss to not have the discussion over here of the Empire. So without further ado, we'll go around, do our now brief intros for the show, and dive into this here thing. He is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing Liechtenstein because they have fantastic cheese. He is Shield Wall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. We did miss you last week. It's nice to have you back.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be back. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's not the size of the panel. It's how you use it. At least that's what all the chicks say.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they don't say that. That's what
They
guys
don't
say.
say that.
The chicks, yeah. Anyway, great to be back. Being out that week was kind of, yeah, it was all right. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be here and talking about the pop culture again. The things going on in the last couple of weeks have kind of, been a real downer. But yeah, we'll address that. But yeah, glad to be back. Glad to see Sammy is awake and alert, and Joker is either at an undisclosed location or he's scouting out a new wrestling venue, something like that. All right, but yeah, thanks for having me on.
Right on. He is the scourge of Gotham. He is the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Welcome back, my friend. It's good to have you with us, coming from your undisclosed location.
Yes, undisclosed location, but never without.
I swear to Jesus, Joker, I've been thinking about shoving these fucking things into my throat all fucking day. And not as comedic effect, more as an escape measure.
Well, with the political climate nowadays and what's going on in pop culture, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's pop culture news this week, regular pop culture news. The let's call it the frivolities, the light stuff we're going to talk about. That's pretty light, actually, this week. We haven't had a ton of interesting or wild stuff going on there. The unfunny stuff, the heavy real world stuff, you can't not see it. And if you're choosing not to see it, I think that is a mistake. There's aspects you can, you can forgive, and then there's stuff that you absolutely can't. And we're gonna, we're gonna talk about this stuff, like I said, because there's more than just the surface level stuff. There's a ripple effect around all the events, and we'll talk about this stuff. So, and again, we don't normally get into that over here, but I think it's important to do so. So anyway, before I start on my doctoral dissertation. Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people who does not have Chim Chim on his shirt despite our requests. He is Sammy Three-Peats. Welcome back, son. How are you tonight?
Feeling good. Like I said, just been relaxing most of the day and avoiding the news.
Like I avoid Batman.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I could depress myself all on my own. I don't need any.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. They're just giving it a shove.
Yeah.
So I do want to say hi to our chat real fast because I got to talk to Nos first because he started off with this. Quit being so gorgeous and you cutie patootie, which made me uncomfortable immediately. And then this was nice. Why are you so skinny? Do you have AIDS though? Which is not necessarily where you want to go. No, it's not. That's no. The answer to the query is no. And funny question or funny thing. I ate a fuck ton of gabagool over the weekend because I went to my doctor. Okay, we're gonna violate HIPAA. So and Gord's out there too. It's kind of a small crew out there to tell your friends we're live, please, so that we can talk to someone. It makes the show a lot more fun for us. And Jacob is hanging out there as well. He can't come on tonight because again, raccoon attack. So I went to the doctor on last Friday for my annual physical, which you don't have to do, but I'm so structured because of the military that I even if I don't want to go, I'm going to go. My brain kicks in and it just happens. So I do the blood work, which is the only thing I'm really. Oh, Sergeant out there, hey, if you want to come in, you can, Sarge. If you're bored and want to hop in here, you're welcome. I got more than enough seats tonight, so it's up to you. Throwing it out there. So I go to the fucking doctor, right? And all the usual poking, prodding stuff. I don't get I'm like, I don't want that.
No rubber glove snap. No.
And he's like, you haven't had your, and I'm like, doc, I'm not doing that. We'll talk about that some other time, but we're certainly not doing it right now. Oh, real. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good to see you out there. Thank you for coming. I'll leave the joke. I'm just letting the joke hang there. I feel bad about the joke already. So I get the blood work.
There you go.
And there's certain things I worry about and certain things I'm mildly concerned about. But my cholesterol is like, I do like a chicken and lettuce month, and I didn't do that this time. And so my cholesterol is like 9,000, right around 9,000. And my doc's like, that's a funny number. And he's like, meds or diet change. And I'm like, I'm not doing the meds. I may do the diet change, or let's look at option number 3. I may die at 60. Yeah, come on. But I die happy. So I loaded up this weekend before Mrs. of the Empire, who I knew was going to say, Romy, you need to eat more greens. You can't just live like this. You're going to die at 60. So I loaded up on Italian meats this weekend, gabagool being one of those Italian meats, prosciutto, and some others, and some nice cheeses. So and then a lot of beer. So I've had 2 beers this week since that point. That's a little depressing. Anyway.
Wait. Since when does beer add to your cholesterol?
It's the carbs and the alcohol they're not good for you. The alcohol on its own is more forgivable than the carbs. So that's why tonight, my friends, I'm drinking whiskey.
It's the empty calories.
Right.
Let's not throw alcohol under the bus tonight. It has its part to play.
Yeah, it does. It has its place.
I know. It's big job.
Did Sarge? Did he say he wanted to jump in? Anyway, Sergeant Giortina, if you would like to hop in, there's room for you, buddy. It's going to get a little spicy later, though. I guarantee it. He learned to talk just yesterday. Can someone throw him the invite, the copy of the link, and just throw it over to him on the Twitter?
Yeah, let me.
So I'm on my 6th beer. No, and I normally I'd be with you, my friend. I'd be with you. And I'm saving that for this weekend. I don't have band practice weekend because my band sucks and they don't fucking show up. And and if you're watching tonight, boys, yes, I am talking to you. And then on Sunday, I've got a big Catholic party, which is going to be all wine and beer because that's Catholic. We love to drink.
Helps with the guilt.
Wait, Nas, send me the link. I'm coming on. Has this ever happened ever in the real world? Has Nas ever done that?
Dude, we gotta get Nas in here.
So
That might be
I'm
scary.
gonna let you guys manage the other here, and we're gonna talk about some light topics first. Is what we're gonna do. Roman didn't turn his shit on, of course, because Roman is a fucking moron. And again, for those of you watching over on YouTube and Twitter, please let your friends know that we're on. You know, we've been here for three years every night. Thursday nights have become a fucking battlefield, though. They just simply have. It is what it is. Share screen.
We really have.
Yeah, we used to be the only game in town, and then it was like a fucking whorehouse. So share screen. So like I said, we're gonna go through some kind of fun light topics first. Mad Max: The Wasteland. This is a series that has been a project. We'll call it a project that has been floating around for what fucking 10 plus years.
Yeah.
A long fucking time. So now what they're going to do with this, they're going to wedge it before Fury Road. Okay. And Furiosa, which apparently was an okay movie. I fell asleep during it and it made $7, despite being critically acclaimed, as they will tell you. The problem with it, which anybody could tell you. Oh, Peter Vickman, welcome. Let the battle be. And we're gonna have some stuff. We're gonna have some stuff. You made a Mad Max movie without fucking Mad Max. That was the problem with Fury Road. So I don't even need to spend much time on it. That's we can end it right there.
Pretty much.
But now George Miller, who created this whole saga, said he's interested in making The Wasteland. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat. Fucker is 80 years old, but hopes to focus on other projects first. George, I know you're not watching. I'm talking just to the spirit of George. You're fucking 80 years old, bro. You know what people care about you in your legacy? There was that Delightful Pig movie you made. Everybody loved it. But they care about Mad Max. Finish it. Finish it before you kick off, pal. That clock's a ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
No, George is
It's
like
ticking.
a shark. You know, if he stops moving, he dies. You know,
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. So, and yeah, you got the flashbacks in Fury Road about some random shit that happened, and it's gonna be kind of jobs that Max did to put the car back together, the Interceptor, or get parts to build another Interceptor. Okay, fine, that's clever. But they want to make it into a series. Okay, what's that going to be on? Who knows? Probably HBO if I were a betting man. I wish George could focus on the thing. That's me in this topic. I don't care any other thing that he's doing because nobody else cares what other thing he's going to be doing. They care about Mad Max. And if George Miller isn't attached to it, then it's almost a guaranteed fail. I say almost because there are other people who could take it over. But without the name, I don't know. So what do you think? What do you think of this strange, lost, maybe found its way fucking thing?
Well, hopefully it's on HBO because like you name a couple other of these like streaming sites, it'll be DOA. Like you know if it's on Amazon, it's going to be trash.
Well, Max will be black and a woman in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
so.
yes, but
no offense to black women in wheelchairs, but that ain't the fucking character.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also one of those things. I hate it as the idea of, especially you know, if
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. I don't hate the idea that it's a series. You can objectively tell a bigger story. So if he has something a little bit more grandiose in mind, a series might be the correct route to do it. But yeah, I'm always leery of these things, especially when these creators get a little bit older.
Yeah.
And you know, they're worried about how they're going to be remembered, and you know, it tends to go in very strange directions.
Do a good job.
If I may, I mean, you mentioned that George is attached to this. Well, George was also attached to Furiosa as well, and that didn't go.
I know.
And that didn't.
You're right.
Go
You're right.
well.
I know you're right. I mean, maybe the end of the road. So you mentioned, Sammy, that you get to flesh these things out some more. And I mean, we don't. Here's the thing. Usually, especially when it's attached to like another thing, the Lord of the Rings, Wheel of Time, we have not seen good versions of that. But we did get the Penguin, which was fucking fantastic. It's one of the best series to come out in the last decade, easily. So it could be good. What is wrong with me tonight? Yes, it's me. It's still me. It's what? Why is it not me?
My stars and garters. It's Roman.
So anyway, if it gets the Penguin treatment and they could do a nice job of it, to do a Mad Max show is going to cost a lot of fucking money. In the modern environment, there's no way it doesn't. Especially even only 8 episodes.
They need to do it like the 80s. He needs to be going around like a story every episode, kicking ass, doing all kinds of stuff. It shouldn't be like him sitting there talking to his dog for a whole thing like it's a CW.
Oh Jesus, exactly.
And it, they need to cast the right kind of actor. It can't be some weirdo looking dude. It's got to be a good looking guy that's tough. You know what I mean? And silent. He shouldn't be talking too much.
No, he's got to be stoic.
Right. He's got to be stoic. Now you can have a sidekick thrown in that can do all this stuff, like the gyrocopter pilot guy, right? How he was.
Admiral Teague. Hey, buddy.
And so you had, somebody like that to kind of offset his stoicism, because otherwise then the show's just silent most of the time.
Well, the nice thing about Gyrocaptain as well, though, was he wasn't overused.
Right.
He was that little bit of comedy, but not too much comedy. But
you could give him a kid or something, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck kids, no kids, fuck kids, fuck everything.
I don't need
everything fucking bad.
I don't need Max to have short round.
Fucking piece of shit.
But you know what I mean. You can do something. Give him a dog or a pet snake or something.
No, of course that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put him with a girl, and she's gonna be better at everything, and she's gonna take
right. That's what they would do. That's if they want the show to tank, that's what they'll do. And they'll use like I don't know. I mean, there's so much that you can. There's so much that you can do with it.
It's about the political dynamics of the wasteland. Everybody's so culturally sensitive in the wasteland.
And you keep them, you know what I mean? And you got to keep him an anti-hero too. You can't have him going around. He has to begrudgingly do good deeds.
Yes.
Right. He's not his purpose.
He's got to be gray. He's got to be gray. Because he's in Mad Max.
He wants to be left alone. Basically, is what he wants.
Well, yes and no, though. Like in the Road Warrior, which we covered, we had a great show on the Road Warrior on this channel a couple years back. Take a look at Lord Nas. We've talked about that so many. No. But in the Road Warrior, Max was a very self-serving character until and even when he did the right thing, he was still self-serving. And say Admiral Teague, good evening, my friend, my brother in New York. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He was almost kind of like Eastwood's character in the Fistful of Dollars.
It's like, what am I getting out of this?
He was playing both sides, right? And like, even though he eventually backed the side that was trying to do the right thing, I mean, for themselves, but I mean, which it is kind of a selfish society because like it sucks. It's post-apocalyptic, like it's supposed to kind of be like that. So there are a lot of similarities to like these old westerns. So yeah, he definitely has to be like a man with no name
Mhm.
and I don't think people can write characters like that anymore. Or there's people who can. It's just they're not getting the jobs.
Right. They're not
But
getting
that
the
is
job.
actually cool.
Exactly. And also the car needs to be like its own character almost.
Mhm.
Like his
Yeah.
horse, basically.
Oh, even better. He finds Knight Rider. And then like he just like gets in. He's like, "You're not Michael."
Go, yeah. But you know what I mean? And you could have recurring characters and people helping them
Yeah.
and
It
hot
could be-
chicks and like
it could be
loose-waisted
good.
bikinis.
Okay, but
Well,
Sammy,
because you could have like established land because I mean, it's Australia. It's not that fucking populated, and there are only so many fucking places that have shit
Emus.
that anybody fucking needs. So
Emus.
it's a limited. Oh yeah, Ego, yeah, jump in. You've got the link over
Yes,
on
yes,
Twitter.
yes.
So if you want to jump in here, jump in here. And if this is my fault, Ego, you tell Shiro that it is not my fault. You take this one. You're not. So if you're here, it's not of my accord.
so Sammy, Sammy, would it be better if he found Kit or if he found Carr?
Ooh.
Isn't Car the evil one?
Yep.
boys.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
hey,
Ego?
Ego,
Steven.
welcome.
How you been,
I don't
buddy?
even have a one-eye joke tonight. I feel bad.
well,
I feel
okay, well,
bad.
Carr-
I had something prepping. You know who Ego's really jealous of? Oculus on Alien Earth. That was kind of where I was leaning because he's got 8 eyes. But that wasn't great. It wasn't great. So I was like, oh, what are you gonna do?
I was
Okay,
just
So, hey,
saying,
for everybody
back to what I was
watching
saying.
tonight,
I'm sorry.
let your friends know that we're here and that we are live right now and that we've got Ego with us. So come to us, please hang out with us so we can talk about some topics, and then we're going to get into some spicy modern era stuff that we normally don't talk about.
But Shield, Carr wasn't necessarily evil, but his prime programming was to preserve himself. So he was completely
Yeah.
self-serving.
Oh,
which,
right.
which
It's been a long
actually
time since I've
would
seen
work
the
out
show.
a lot better.
Yeah.
So kind of like Max. He's just like
Yes,
Max.
right.
Except
Yeah.
a fucking car. All
Oh
right,
my
well,
god! Can you imagine Mad Max getting dicked over by his car? And he was like, I had to do it.
You fucking piece of shit rust bucket. So let's go to the next topic on Jan's list. What is my next topic? Oh, this
Real
one's gonna
quick,
be
Ego, do you have any thoughts on a Mad Max TV show?
I don't care. I just think that you have a budget and you want to spend the money on something that I frankly don't care about. I never want to see it as I don't like disaster films at all. My
It's
film would have been
not a
about
disaster film. It's a post-apocalyptic film.
they're the same thing. My movie would be called Give Up.
The
My movie's called Give Up.
Poseidon Adventure is a disaster film. Ego. Mad Max is.
Well,
he's got a point. The disaster's already happened. We just didn't
Right.
see
Right.
it.
I mean, like, why are we living in this post-apocalypse? Now, take me there. If I survive the apocalypse, I don't really want to go deeper with that. You know,
So,
it's like, well,
Have
hey,
you've
we're
seen
hunting-
the Mad Max films though, right?
No,
No, you haven't? Okay.
And that answers our question for the evening. What movies
I
has
do,
Ego seen?
I do know that I would want to be a pilot in the apocalypse. That makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
I get the fact that he was in a position of like, hey, this guy's gonna survive because of the utility of the group. But I mean, I don't want to see movies about the stragglers.
And
I wanna see
now I have to
Thunderdome.
send Ego the Mad Max movies on Blu-ray.
Well, and
that's
then
true.
and plus
You them.
in a post-apocalyptic world, it's basically devoid of color, which is just Ego's death right there.
That's
Well,
fair.
and-
That's quite
Well, and
monoethnic.
there are a lot more one-eyed people. So,
Yeah,
everybody wins here. We go. Everybody
They started out
wins.
with two, but they started out with two. That means that
Well,
they lost it. Like that means I'm gonna be walking in like Stevie.
I also like to think too that like it's just in Australia. Every place else in the world is just fine. Like Australia is just gone to just like people are just watching like, oh
I'm
my.
knowing No one knows
It
what
actually,
the fuck's going on
it's
in the rest
only
of the
like
world.
it's only like one part of Australia.
Yeah.
It's like that. Everywhere else is
Yeah,
The
the
people
fine.
center.
over in Perth are like,
The center.
Yeah.
you keep
Everything's
that
not
wall up. You keep them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the
Everything not-
Aborigines are like,
Everything
what
that doesn't
happened?
have a beach.
It's like a
Yeah.
giant Escape from New York kind of thing where there's this big wall around it.
Yeah.
They put everybody in there. Yeah.
It
Well, actually,
But
that was
this
the
is
whole
gonna-
continent of Australia. What people were doing.
Well, that's
When they
what
first
Australia
started it,
was.
yeah.
That's why there was
Exactly.
Australia.
It's like he's
It's
never
a
been the
penal
same ever
colony.
since they closed down the Foster's Brewery.
So this is a little bit interesting, and this is more of a I want to hear what you guys want to say, not even necessarily on what Gunn has to say, because I have feelings about Gunn now that I didn't used to have. I used to like him a lot. Now I like him far less. Just is what it is. But so we're talking about Batman and Wonder Woman casting, and this is the part that I care about here. First up, there are actors in mind. And he's got people at the top of the list. One actor in particular, a big star, wants to be Batman. And we all know who that is. That's Alan Richman, right? That's I'm saying his name right. From Reacher, the big giant man from Reacher, who I think would actually make a fantastic Batman. I would think he'd make a horrible Bruce Wayne. But
Yeah.
whatever.
He's a
He ain't
little-
going to be it because he's already said we've talked about it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So fine. And then there's the Wonder Woman thing. He doesn't really say too much about this. He says he was asked if he'd cast anybody under 5'9", considering that David Cornsweet is 6'4", and I didn't know that. There's a lot of things you don't get from David Cornsweet in the Superman movie. One is a muscular build, and I know he has one, but it's buried under that fucking quilt of a suit.
Yeah.
And two, you don't get that he's 6'4". 6'4" is tall. Boosh! Good evening, the Boosh. It is good to see you, my friend. So they're looking at, you don't want Wonder Woman. I mean, in the Snyderverse, flawed as all it was. Gal Gadot was not a flaw. She was a highlight. She was a highlight.
She looked it.
Except for Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, that movie was garbage, but the first one was decent.
First one was
Until
decent.
the
It wasn't the greatest thing ever made, as people.
No, but
were
it wasn't like.
But it was a
Unwatchable.
decent movie. It was a decent movie.
Yeah.
Sergeant's in the back.
But
Sorry.
what happened?
I'm adding.
Sergeant's in the back.
Hi guys.
Oh,
Thanks
hey.
for inviting me.
Hey,
Good
Hey,
evening,
Sarge.
sir. Welcome to the
Yeah.
panel. It's nice to have you. Thank you for jumping in here.
You're
So yeah,
welcome.
we were the ship was going down. We needed some
Dempsey!
hands on deck and some friends here on Dempsey, our good friend Dempsey, who is going to be with us next week for the murder fest that is going to be slashers. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So we are currently on the topic of Batman and Wonder Woman casting, Sergeant. And Schneider said what he said, but he didn't really give us anything. So what I want to ask you guys, since this is a nerd panel, this is kind of the function of this panel. Who would you like to see in modern casting? And you can say a complete unknown. That's fine. It's accepted. But who would you like to see as Batman? Who would you like to see as Wonder Woman in this iteration of the DCU?
Oh,
So whoever wants to go first, jump in.
I'll
Dive
go
in.
first.
All
I'll
right.
go first. Jason Ackles, because he nailed it as Batman he's quite a popular actor who's been with the DC
voice
train since
actor.
Smallville. And yeah, he voiced the character in the Long Halloween, and
Yeah, he did.
he's been in Supernatural.
he's
But-
really good in this. There's a new show called Countdown that he's in.
Yeah, that was
He's good in that. Yeah,
Man, episodes
He's in The
1
Boys.
through 9 of that show were incredible.
right.
Episode 10 beyond were fucking horrible. They were so bad. But episode 1 through 9, which actually completed the story arc of season 1,
It
were
did.
awesome. And he
It
was
did.
really, really good in that.
Yep.
And
And
Sure was.
I like him. And he's also tall. Funny thing is, you don't realize how tall he is because Sam was like 9 feet tall. Sam is like a legitimate giant. So Jensen being tall got lost in how tall Sam was. So he's also a tall dude.
He's 6'1". He's 6'1".
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's about fine. I think canonically, Batman's about 6'2".
Yeah.
Yeah, you put some lifts on him a little bit, he's good to go.
Yeah. You know, just
There you
like
go.
the costume boots alone would probably just push him up there.
yep.
Exactly.
Um,
So, any
it
thoughts
really
on
is a
Wonder
terrible
Woman?
costume.
Oh,
I
What do you do with
can't
Wonder
name
Woman?
enough actresses.
Adria Arwana.
I mean, I would say, I mean, she's
Adria.
short, but she's absolutely
Sexy
stunning,
hot.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Uh,
a real
she's
bombshell,
short.
Latina from Puerto Rico. Yep,
Who?
she's a bombshell.
What about?
wait.
You know what? I like Anna de Armas.
Yes, but she's short.
How old? How old is she?
36.
Yeah, 37.
I just looked her up.
That works. That
Too old.
works.
I mean, Anna and we know that Anna can do action scenes.
Yeah, that too.
There's
No boost. I know.
John Wick.
Yeah.
I think she's gorgeous, and I think.
And Anna has those fucking eyes that
Mhm.
cut
And-
through your fucking soul.
She's right on the
Really?
cusp of being young enough to where if you want the franchise to keep going with the same people for a while,
Right.
they can do that. Yeah.
And some platform shoes, and she's fine. She's
At 40 though, like
30.
Well,
36.
but people-
36 is not 40,
By the
Ego.
time she'll be 40 by the time the movie comes out.
That's
Hell. And
yeah.
she's gonna have to do sequels, which means she's gonna be damn near 50. The window for her actually capitalizing
Yeah,
is
I don't know why
Right,
Chris
right,
Evans.
That's what I'm saying. They got to. She's. That's why I said.
fucking way.
He was so dumb. Yeah,
That's why I
There's
said
no
she's
fucking-
at the cusp. She's
What,
like right
Betsy,
at the
did you
cutoff.
just say Tilda fucking Swinson?
oh no,
Wait.
not her.
Everyone knows.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
end-
because
it'll end
it'll
up
ruin your
no.
canon.
Good
Yeah.
lord.
Oh, wait,
Yikes.
Jose.
I
She's
personally
terrible.
think it needs to be for both of them. Need to be no names. They need to be new people that they pulled out of
Yeah.
somewhere. Give them their first shot. You already get, if you make a good movie, because there's no star power anymore. No one's gonna go see a movie just because Anna de Armas is in it.
No, they also didn't go
Right.
because David Cornsweet was fucking Superman. You know
Right.
what I know about David Cornsweet before Superman? Nothing.
Facebook.
Literally nothing.
What I know
realize
about
he's
him
not-
is
he's not.
They
No
say he
one,
was
but
Uncle Henry.
I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, I
But
don't
I
know
will.
what he is.
I want to submit that the actors they choose for who?
Aziz
I don't know who
Ansari.
that is.
He's that one. He's too old by like 20 years.
Is,
Two,
is,
he's
is
a
Zach's
comedian.
being funny?
He's
Zach is
yeah.
being
He's
funny.
he's,
Oh,
he's
yes,
a comedian.
Zach's
How-
being funny. Funny Zach.
how-
Fuck.
How
Kimmel
deluded
after.
are people now?
But they need to be the same age as Superman.
Mhm.
That's one of the
Like,
problems
why
I
is it
had
there?
with
Yeah,
with the
that's-
Snyderverse. They're all about the same
I think-
age. The only
I
one
think
that's younger is Robin, maybe the Flash.
Yeah, but they said even Gunn said I hate saying this. There's times where I wish that the Dark Knight Returns never happened. Because
A lot of times.
The comic, you mean?
yes, because like people
Yeah,
they
yeah.
love this idea of an older grizzled Bruce Wayne, and
But
He's
you
the
have to
only
have
one
an
without
elder Kal-El then. You
No,
have to have
Elements
the
of that.
no, you can't.
Hold
have
on a
an
minute,
older
guys. Hold
Bruce
on.
Wayne.
Hold on. Elements of the Dark Knight Returns comic were also used in one of the episodes too, Batman: The New Animated Series, particularly the one that
Yes.
featured Firefly as the villain voiced by Mark Rolston.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Okay,
what I'm saying
I got
is, you can't have him be old and grizzled because he's the only one without any fucking superpowers. So he needs to be in his physical prime, or he's not interesting to watch.
Or it needs to just be a straight up. That the problem we're talking about a new universe right now. We're not talking about a one-off or down the road. We're talking about a current universe.
Yes.
In the current universe, Kal-El and Bruce Wayne are about the same age. Diane is immortal, so it's not the same thing. Yes, Joker.
I got one. Okay, she had a brief role in Cobra Kai. She's in shape because she's a professional wrestler, and right now she's not doing anything from AEW, Dr. Britt Baker. Dr. Britt Baker. That's the Wonder Woman. Shut up. There you go.
Hey, I'm gonna see. Oh, Frank. Good evening. I'm gonna see what this broad looks like. What is her? What is? Oh, God damn it, Roman. Be smarter. Google.
Doctor.
Hang on. No.
Is
So
Superman doesn't
Doctor-
age like a normal human?
No. But
Superman ages in
you got to
reverse.
look at it from Dark Knight Returns standpoint.
Or
He
not
ages
ages
a
in
little
reverse.
bit, but it's not the same thing. But
Yeah.
he's not young. He is not
No.
Kal-El young.
The older,
But he's not old
Superman
Bruce.
gets,
Anyway,
the
what's
slower
the
he
broad's
ages.
name again, Joker?
Dr. Britt Baker.
Britt. Dr. Britt.
Oh, Baker. Okay, got it.
Kal-El,
I'm
no.
gonna pull up some pics of her because I don't know who she is and I want to see what she looks like.
Yeah,
For a couple reasons. One, because I like hot chicks. Oh wow,
That's fair.
this almost works. This actually, I'm gonna pull this picture
I
up
was
here.
going to say, share with the rest of the class. Don't leave us in suspense, Stephen King.
I know. Sorry. Hang on, Papa's got to take a break for a minute. No, this broad,
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Oh.
How tall is she?
No.
She's probably like 5. She's like 5'7".
Ego hates her.
No.
What is it?
No.
I think she's in
Who is
shape.
that?
I don't know if
No.
her face.
Who the heck is that?
No.
Dr. Britt.
Peyton List.
no.
Is that the girl's name, Dempsey? Peyton List.
Oh, I don't see her.
I'm
Wait,
gonna. I don't know.
Wonder
I don't know
Woman?
who that
I don't
is.
see it. I don't see that.
So
at
let me.
all.
Right, right.
check.
No, not at all. No. No. They're painless. No, thank you. Not at all. No.
I got-
Painless
I
could be-
don't-
if you
I
want to
don't
do,
know
if you
what-
want to do a modern cat, if you want to do Catwoman from her, it works. Like,
Peyton List.
she works. She was Catwoman. Like honestly, if you want to do this right, you're gonna have to
Oh,
get.
I gotta go with the panel on this one, Dempsey. I don't see this. Not just because she's blonde. It's
Nope.
the rest of it that I find. And she just, I don't know. She I don't know.
Her hips are
No,
too
it's
wide.
just it's a hard no. It's a hard no, Dempsey.
be-
I'm sorry.
Poison Ivy, maybe.
Right.
She could be all right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Maybe.
options available.
Yeah, no.
But
she-
just that one I don't think is
She's
the
built like the chick. What's her name? She replaced Black Widow. She's like Black Widow's sister.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
Scarlett
Thank you.
Scojo, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The actress that replaced her.
replaced her, the one
And
in
she's in the Thunderbolts now.
Yeah.
I fucking
Oh,
hate her,
cute.
by the way.
She's
I
more
hate
cute.
Florence
their body
Pugh.
build. Their bodies are built the same. Her and Peyton List.
She's like
Okay.
4'6".
So,
I don't
right.
like her. I don't
Right.
like her.
Let's
And
face
I-
it,
she's a
let's
fine girl.
face
But
it, folks. We all know
I-
who we all want, and that's Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, everyone's favorite babe.
I can entirely
Okay.
accept
No,
that. Yes.
no. Sydney Sweeney, no.
Oh,
What is wrong with you, Ego?
I don't know. I'm just like, there's nothing like, there's nothing fierce about
one
her.
pal hooked up
No,
with
yeah,
her.
you
All,
would have
all,
to-
all,
she'd have
all we
be
want to
some
see is them shoot at
power girl.
titties and the titties
Yeah,
bounce. That's it.
I want her as Power Girl.
There's-
Put her in the booby window.
Me
costume.
too.
Power Girl. Now, Power Girl, we got it. There we go. Power Girl's
Yeah,
correct.
see,
That's
that's
my boy.
That's a whole
That's
different
my
bill.
boy.
You're gonna
Or
want someone
Black
that. Okay,
But
Black-
Wonder
yes.
Woman, she's got to be lean and muscular.
The
Yeah,
the
really
person,
tight.
the person,
Right.
the person
Yeah.
you want is
Yeah,
gonna have to be lean, slender.
Material, I can tell you that.
So I mean, you're
I'm
gonna
telling
want
you,
someone that's
Ego,
lean.
it's Dr. Britt.
What?
Dr. Britt Baker.
No, it's not. No, I don't think she can act. I don't think she can act. And at this stage, I'd
It's a
rather you work
superhero
up to
film.
be.
It's a superhero film. Accuracy.
I don't trust you. I don't trust
I
you.
don't-
I don't trust. I don't. There are other wrestlers
I
that probably
don't
have better
trust you.
acting chops than Dr. Britt Baker. I'm not
Not
gonna have
much.
you segue from being a dentist to a wrestler to a superhero. Like fuck no. If you want,
Yeah, you don't
honestly,
get
look,
to
if you
do
want
all
this
this-
right.
Wait, is
Yeah.
that her? Is that her thing? She's a fucking dentist.
Yeah, she was a
Yeah, she
dentist.
is.
Dr. Britt Baker, DDS. She was a
To
dentist.
be a
That became a wrestler.
dentist.
I'm
She
saying
still is a
honestly, if you,
dentist.
Oh, I
That's
thought they
fine.
called
It's
her
like,
the
if you
dentist
wanna-
because
if
she's
you-
like
if you-
knocking teeth
I'll
out.
put it like this.
Miss Sparkles, welcome. Right
Yeah.
now we are discussing casting of Batman and Wonder Woman in the
I-
new DCU. And we are coming up with some good things and some quite horrible things.
I
So,
say, oh, I'm
Finish your
saying
thought,
I-
Ego. I got to hear this.
Okay, I say all this because WB has an advantage that Marvel does not. Marvel gets B-list characters, tries to elevate them to A-list, and they get these bullshit 7 movie deals. You don't do that in WDB. You get A-listers and you sign them up for 2 or 3 movies at best, and you move on. So you have to get someone that's hot. You have to get someone that people would know, and someone that's going to have a built-in audience that doesn't have to do with anything outside of acting. So if you want to do this right with an actress that's going to be Wonder Woman, you're probably going to have to go with Haley Steinfeld. If you don't know who that was, she was in Sinners. If you've seen it or not, she actually works well with scenes that will be put in the past because she's in Themyscira, and her eyes are stunning enough to be like, okay, she could be a threat. She's 5'7", and she could probably
wait. What's her name?
Haley Steinfeld is.
You know that's not a bad choice.
Goddamn me, stupid fuck Roman asshole.
Left eye.
That's Josh. That's what's his name? Josh Allen's wife.
That's Haley Atwell.
What's that? Here you go again. Go slowly.
Haley Steinfeld.
Wait a second. Wasn't? Didn't she?
There she is. Okay.
Wait, what else wasn't she in?
God damn it.
She was in some other things, but her big breakout is Sinners.
Wait, wasn't she in the Hawkeye show?
I don't know.
Is that her?
Maybe. I don't know.
You mean as what's her name? Fucking
yeah,
what
I'm better than you, Hawkeye.
Yeah, the girl
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, she was Kate Bishop in Hawkeye.
I'd have her better. She'd be better Wonder Woman than Kate Bishop was.
But she's already under contract. That's not happening.
Currently, still under contract.
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to make more seasons of that.
They're trying to make
Avengers. No.
I kind of see where. I don't know if she's tall enough though, but I can see where you put her in the right costume and do her makeup correctly. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, she's the girl from fucking the remake of
True Grit.
Yes.
True Grit. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that. Actually, I like that movie. And everybody likes that movie. I like both True Grit quite a bit though.
And
honestly, all right. Well, that was like 100 years ago. This is what she looks like now, though.
Okay, so really quick, according to Pops, our good friend Pops, the young Avengers, the young Avengers are gonna be incorporated into Doomsday.
Yeah,
mother dick.
Next year it comes out next year and it's done. They're incorporated, but I mean,
but that means she's still under contract.
Yeah,
I gotta see what a movie deal is because for a TV show, I have to see what the contract looks like.
That was a valid pick.
I honestly,
that was actually good.
Yeah,
that was good.
So I'm like, and the thing is, if
I'm
you want to do, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to skip over the next topic because I'm going to save that for a little bit later because there's going to be yelling.
Fair.
Gina Carano has a show that has been, and I don't know how I feel about this because this seems like it's like a USA series kind of thing. Logan Rain will star Gina Carano as a crime fighter in Las Vegas. They don't really know tons about it. It's based on the article.
It's not a superhero thing though, right? It's like
no, it's a regular. She's
detective or something.
She's a PI or she's a vigilante. Like a one-woman A-team kind of thing. They don't really have a lot on this, but it's happening. But what it's going to be, don't know.
Same here.
So, like I said.
Is this an independent?
What's that?
Film?
It's going to be a series.
Oh, a series. Cool.
It's going to be a series. So it could be fine. But I just, the fact that it's running without an attachment point. It's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be a Netflix series. It's going to be a whatever series. Instead, it's kind of floating around as they haven't sold it yet to a studio or a platform, kind of thing. That it's like it's an interesting bit of news, but I don't, like I said, how I feel about it is I don't know.
I will tell you how feel about it. I'm glad she's back to work as an actress. She's
she's back.
Best.
Yeah, that was what it was all about with the lawsuit. She just wanted her job back in Hollywood.
Well, okay, but as an actress, she's mid. She's mid. I mean, she's not great.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
No, and I don't disagree with that at all. She is probably going to work into our later conversation, but I just wanted to throw this out there because this was announced just a couple of days ago that this was happening, and I thought it was interesting because she is a conversation point quite often within our community as to see, you know, what happened to her and why it happened to her and the kind of fallout because of that. Like I said, she's almost certainly going to come up in one of our later conversations that will probably be the rest of the show. So just throwing that out there, like I said, that's happening now. Some less interesting topics. Daredevil, I know Joker doesn't watch this shit at all. I watched Daredevil boarding in season 1. It was uneven as all fuck because you had the bad writing staff and the good writing staff who took over them that had to try to piece that fucking shit together. But they weren't sure how long it was going to be. It turns out it is going to be 3 seasons. So they are going to be bringing in the other characters, though. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. They are going to be coming back. Is it, I don't know. The problem is season 1 was so uneven. It's hard for me to say what season 2 is going to look like, provided season 2 has the proper writers. If it's got the writers, great. It's definitely a mystery. I like the character. I like Jessica Jones a lot. I thought that was a great Netflix series.
I thought she was a great casting choice too.
Yeah, that show was pretty good until season 3. Season 3 was just.
I actually liked. I liked season 1. I did not like season 2, and I thought season 3 was okay.
Well, season 1 was awesome. Yeah. Kingpin had some interesting killer quotes. You know what my favorite killer quote of the Kingpin was? You heard Vanessa. Yeah, that quote back when he killed Leland. Yeah, he threw Leland. He said that while throwing Leland down an elevator for trying to kill the woman he loved.
I do love Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. I like him when he is bigger, though. He trimmed down for this series, or he just didn't put the weight on for this series, and he didn't come off nearly as menacing. But this, like I said, but season 1 had a lot of problems with it anyway. And again, I want to thank everybody who's hanging out with us on YouTube and on X tonight. Thank you for being here. Let your friends know that we are on and we are live, and it's going to get weird soon. So that's the Daredevil stuff. I don't want to linger on this.
My biggest problem with the show is with Kingpin, what they did to him in Echo.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they've tried to minimize that, but it still exists. Yeah, they didn't get rid of it. It's like that's gay and stupid. Why is that there?
It's weird.
I made a horrible mistake this week, and I'm going to admit this. I knew it wasn't going to be good because I read this article, and it was every bit as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I watched Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that picture is either.
The only
it was only 4 episodes.
A little bit of trivia here. For the trailer, the song they used, Baby Metal.
Yes.
Hey. That's probably the only good thing that came there. I'm not going to lie. There were good elements had they been executed properly. They had some good ideas that were floating there. The problem with this series, the main problem, is they used literally every failed Marvel character from phase 4 and 5 that they could squeeze into this thing. They had Kamala Khan. She was like the main character. Okay. You had Kate Bishop. You had Riri fucking Williams.
Oh, the Satanist.
You had not Black Widow, Red Guardian, who's fine, I guess. And kind of a potpourri. They had Spider-Man. He was okay. The Thor part I liked. And the most interesting thing they did though was because Moon Knight's who's the god?
Oh God.
What's his name?
Odin?
Okay.
No.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Okay,
anyway,
I'm blanking. I should know it.
I know.
Khonshu.
Khonshu.
Khonshu,
So
yeah.
because Khonshu's avatar was killed by the zombie apocalypse, Khonshu now inhabits Blade. So Blade is basically the Moon Knight and Blade. And that was pretty cool. I like that. But the problem is we're dealing with all these fucking D-list characters. Fucking Shang, fucking Shi. And, you know, the Wonton Dynasty, fuck him. That is like, he is such a terrible character. It should not fucking exist ever in the history of fucking
I think they're trying to salvage those characters from all their terrible movies.
Well, they shouldn't. Yeah.
You said Wonton Dynasty.
Yeah, but they ditched Dynasty for RDJ controversy instead. You know, Kang Dynasty.
So that was like I said, it's all bad characters except for Spider-Man, Blade, who's interesting, Thor, who is good, and of course the big bad character is Scarlet Witch, and that was fine. It actually works in context of this, and they did a good job with Hulk in this as well. But she's dead. The problem is your primary protagonists are fucking retards, and they don't belong in this. They don't belong in this. This is from the actual comic book. So they and the writers admit freely. They're like, yeah, they didn't do anything that had anything to do with the comic book. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing other than the fucking title. Nothing. So it made the show barely. I watched it because I wanted to finish it. I'm like, okay, well, how does it end? And it was pretty short. It takes maybe an hour.
So it was totally made up, like on their end, without any input from the comics at all.
Nothing from the comic books. It was just literally, hey, Marvel Zombies. That's a fun concept that somebody else did way better. What if we put Shang-Chi and Riri Williams in it and Kamala Khan?
So
that
if
would be
people
great.
are pissed about what happens in it, they can't go back and say, well, it's, it happened in the comics too.
It did not happen in the comics.
Yeah,
none of it.
Well, they just countered their own defense then.
Yeah, they admit it. There is nothing in this. Not so much in this iteration, which is so there are any moments from the comic you definitely wanted to replicate. No, none. But none of it is from the comics. That's Namor, if anybody's curious. Namor. His part in this wasn't bad though, because he didn't talk, which was good. And he was just kind of this big underseen menace thing. But they had such an interesting concept to run with that they absolutely shit the bed. Like wildly shit the bed. Didn't even like kind of shit the bed. Fully shit the bed. Like right now in the comic book, T'Challa is getting slowly eaten by zombie Hank Pym.
Yes.
It's just fun, right? So anyway, don't watch this. You're going to be disappointed. The comic book and the series of comic books, I mean, there was actually quite a few of them, were a lot more fun, and this was such a lost opportunity. I don't imagine anybody else on the panel watched this.
I I'm so burnt out on this stuff. Like,
yeah, I know.
I don't watch anything from Disney. It's
yeah,
just like,
I know. So we actually have it because my daughter watches shows on there, so that's why I even have it. I wouldn't have it otherwise, but since I did, I was like, well, I'm gonna check this out, and my God, it was bad. So that's that's that. We won't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, this one isn't bad. It's going to be a minute getting here.
Yeah.
The House of the Dragon. Season 3. Season 2 was not great. I liked season 1 immensely. I did not really care for season 2. Thought they deballed their best characters.
Yeah,
but
season 2 had some moments, but for the most part, it wasn't.
Oh, it was a
anywhere
nothing
near.
burger.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like the summer of next year.
That's
So
the other problem is these shows take
fucking pacing, man.
way too long to come out. You forgot what the hell happened in it by the time.
And you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going back to rewatch. I'm simply not. My days and my hours are too precious. They are going to throw this thing in the middle, though. What the hell's it called?
Dunkin' Egg.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's going to become in January of 26. So it's not like right around the corner. It's a few months off. So you're not getting anything until next year. And this is going to be new. I honestly don't care.
From what I hear, if it lives up to the book, it'll be good. But you never know what you're going to get these days. Sometimes you get surprised. You get a penguin or a season 1 of House of the Dragon. Yeah. What it really does is show that they're capable of making good shows. They just don't do it. Yeah.
So mostly it's just to spite us, I think, at this point.
Pretty much.
Especially season 2. Season 2, like it was a direct fuck you to the audience of House of the Dragon.
Oh, I mean, it was there were so many times where you're like, how can they continue this without this is when the war's going to start, right?
Right. And even if you don't know the books, I never read the books, right? So even if you don't know the books, you still look at it and go, nah, that was kind of dumb. Why did they do this? Why did they choose to have Damon just wander around Harrenhal for an entire season like an idiot? And he didn't even bang
most
the witch
popular
chick.
fucking
I thought
character.
at least he was going to bang her and they were going to have a demon baby or something. But
Demon Baby would have been great. I would have loved Demon Baby.
Yeah. But
I don't want to see Damon's ass ever again. Remember, we saw that way too much in season 1.
That's fair.
And that was unnerving. I'm not going to lie.
But I just I wanted to see more dragons doing stuff and.
Well, so that was supposed to be the end of season 2 is going to lead into this big battle, because basically it's just going to be a whole bunch of death and destruction, because the Dance of Dragons is pretty gnarly.
I don't even remember how season 2 ended, frankly. I just don't recall.
It ended with it ended with Aemond torching his brother Aegon and his dragon Sunfire, and then killing the queen who never was, and her dragon.
No, I remember that, but Aemon didn't. What's his fuck didn't die. He was like
Aegon.
All fucked up. Aegon was all fucked up.
Yeah, he's burnt to shit.
Yeah, he's toast.
Then he was headed.
Look at he raised her head, put sunglasses in the back.
And then Aemon was heading toward Dragonstone, and then he sees the new riders, the new.
Oh, that's right.
Dragon riders
They got all the people with the bloodline, but they weren't.
The Vermithor.
That's right. Because a lot of them got fucked up. So, all right. I may have to watch. I'll try to watch the last.
I remember that now. I had a big problem. They're this one guy's going to confront this dragon. It might torch him. Let's all stand behind this guy.
That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I laughed a lot.
I was like, don't these people have any common sense? This dragon could just get him out of. All they had to do was step to the side on either side.
They did not. A lot of people died. A lot of people died unnecessarily. So, House of the Dragon's coming back. I like that show. I like I said, season 2. I may need to rewatch to get my bearings again, at least for a little bit.
It was watchable. It wasn't as good as season 1.
No,
no, season 1 was just spectacular.
Right.
Okay, Patty Constantine was the best part of season 1.
Right.
He played the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, King V. King V.
Yep.
Old King V. Old rotting King V.
He was so good in that. So good.
All right, here's another no one gives a fuck, but it's coming out thing. I'm almost hesitant to show it. The first trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Why?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you want to talk about giant missed fucking opportunities from a studio. Season 1 and season 2 of The Mandalorian were so well received. And then Kathleen Kennedy stuck her fucking monkey in there, Dave Filoni, and fucked it all up.
Well, you know why, right? You know why, right? Because
she hated Jon Favreau.
No, there's some of that, but she was doing this other project.
Fuck.
Like Tales of Blood and Bone, and Chapek said, "You need to drop that because we're going to sell that to Paramount. You're the head of Lucasfilm. I need you doing Star Wars stuff."
Swell. Well, thanks, Kathleen. So the trailer and Shield Wall, you're right. The problem is, and it's like I don't even understand how the studio doesn't understand this. Much like I don't understand how Marvel put out Marvel Zombies with an entire female lead cast, which always goes really well in the modern era, as we've seen. That's a 2017 project, is what it felt like.
My biggest problem with it is that Grogu has zero character development. How long is he going to stay a little puppet, not doing anything? He's wandering around doing cutesy stuff, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, I hear you.
And because
wow.
And here's why: because Baby Groot sells a lot more than teenage Groot. So to move Grogu along, you're going to ruin this little cuteness, and you're not going to sell as too many toys.
But no one cares anymore. The novelty of that is long gone.
He needs to learn how to fucking talk.
Right.
And then
Sigourney Weaver. Hey, look, it's Sigourney Weaver.
But
Yoda was 900 when he died. So, 5 years is for Grogu is, infancy, I guess.
But this is also, this is coming off of season 3, which was abysmal.
Season 3 sucked ass. It was bad. And it wasn't like kind of bad. It was objectively fucking bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Carl Weathers.
Yeah. Are they going to dress? Is he going to get his Mandalorian armor, or what? Or is he going to have Jedi robes? Or
I don't care. This film is going to bomb. This film is going to bomb.
It is. I agree. Even Sigourney Weaver.
Throat lozenges that she's got on her chest in a little blister pack. I always wondered that. Are those candy?
And plus, knowing what we know of what Lucasfilm now spends, because this will probably be filmed in London at either Pinewood or that new studio complex they have. It may take a year, but because of tax credits that they get, you will get an itemized list of every dollar that is spent. And
wow,
and what's his name? The Valiant Renegade did an entire thing on this just for the sequels alone. The average cost of production, because it did so many reshoots, because they didn't have a script, and they were basically just filming stuff on the average production cost for the sequel trilogy was $500 million per film.
My God.
Wow.
Oh, that's Jabba the Hutt's son, by the way. This
Oh,
fucking
that he's in a ring like
Yeah.
fighting stuff like a prize fighter or
Yeah.
whatever.
Slobber the Hut. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Hut the Hut.
Oh, you mean Stinky?
Stinky. The
Yeah, Stinky the Hut.
Well, that's what they call all of them in the animated Clone Wars film. Called them
Yeah.
Stinky.
Yeah, some
Because
folks
he was
think
sick.
that the Clone Wars 2008 film was the start of Star Wars fall, and well, the decline in interest may
was-
be ahead of the.
It was Rebels.
ahead of-
It was Rebels. It was Rebels.
Oh, that.
I agree that it was Rebels.
Because
I mean,
I
because
actually liked.
Rebels.
I like that Clone Wars movie, the
Okay, but
Samurai Jack
because-
style animation. I loved that. I
Right.
thought it was great.
Because
Yeah,
Rebels is the first Disney Lucasfilm
Yes,
project.
and it feels like it. It doesn't feel like the Clone Wars, and they realized they shit the bed, and they had to make season 7 of the Clone Wars,
Season 6.
or whatever the last season of Clone Wars, the final
wait.
season.
Oh no. You're right. Seven. Which those last
Seven,
four.
right? I thought it was 7.
episodes- Which those last 4 episodes were fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
really
were so good. That was, and even though it was animated, that very much held a cinematic
That's-
quality to
It
it.
was so
It
good.
was great. It was great.
and it ended perfectly. Ended
It did.
perfectly.
You know what the
Mhm.
problem though is,
Oh, man.
Joker? You cannot go from watching the end of the Clone Wars and jumping into episode 3.
No.
Because all you ask through that is, why aren't they on Mandalore? Why aren't they
Right.
on Mandalore? If only they were on Mandalore, all of these questions would have been answered.
yeah, I hear you there.
Oh,
My
geez.
question
Now,
is,
this
why are
looks
there
terrible.
walkers
To me,
taking
this looks like a video game.
curious?
Yeah, it does
right.
look like a video game.
This
I mean-
looks like video game quality stuff. This is the stop motion action that they did in Empire Strikes Back with these things was
Mhm.
years better looking than this. This looks like I'm playing Halo.
Yeah,
I just-
I see what you mean, guys. It definitely looked like it was computer animated.
Oh,
like
it's
a
totally
computer
100%
animated.
CGI. Like nothing in that
I'm
is
just like-
real.
No,
I'm
it
just
doesn't.
like-
It doesn't have
just
doesn't
like-
have legs.
And
Yeah, and
just
it's why
for-
you
just-
use physical up. Yeah, it's
and
why
just
people
for-
use animatronics and stuff. You know, like the
And-
dinosaurs and stuff from Jurassic World. Pardon me for
think
interrupting.
anybody knows how to do it anymore.
No,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I don't think they do.
And just
Oh,
yeah.
logistically,
Also, not to get nitpicky, I hate this font that they used.
Oh, it does. It's like
It
the
looks like
Indiana
it-
Jones font.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
or
It's not.
or like, hey, it's the Rocketeer from the 30s. or
Yeah.
Buck Rogers
Right.
or something.
I don't
Hey,
even know.
Coco.
what it's called.
Copa.
Hi, Copa. Yeah, yes, yes, and our good friend Copa Ex Machina,
Hi
my
there.
dear friend. You're joining us at a strange time. May 2026.
Yeah.
So that's what they're planning on being their summer blockbuster. That's when you launch your movies that you plan on being your big summer movies is May. And
Adam
they
Gray
are
makes a good
dropping
point,
this
too.
turd in the bucket in May.
Let me ask you this: what does the panel think the chances of this being any good
Yeah,
are?
why would they put it on the edge?
No.
Could it be
Uh,
amazing? And it's
mm.
like, wow, this is the best Star Wars we've seen in 20 years.
Nope.
No
Okay.
way.
Not
On
a
a
chance.
scale of
Not a chance.
1 to 10, I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a strong 2.
It's too late. I don't.
I just
don't
want
have
to
lots
be
of interest.
surprised one
The
time.
damage is done.
Just
The
one
damage is
time.
done.
Yeah.
Agreed.
The damage is done.
You would have to make me
It's
unlearn
It's two. It's-
so many things.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Why?
Thank you, Adam.
That's an odd thing to do. Why would you do
I was
that?
just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
suicide to
I've been
put
trying to
tall
say
walkers
that.
like those on the
Exactly, especially when you can airdrop those things in anywhere
Right.
on
And just
the planet.
logistically,
Right.
it's not. It doesn't. It makes no sense.
yeah, and this is
No.
also
Yeah, I
a
hear
universe that's shown to have a plethora of different vehicles that are accustomed to their environments and stuff. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So we're
But-
going to jump
but
into
guys,
another
it
one
looks
now.
cool.
but it doesn't. But it doesn't.
Well, that's what they
So,
think.
on closing comments on that one, it's a twofer, and all of you are right. It's too late, being one, and too much damage was done in the season 3, being two.
Yeah.
And so
Way too much.
I don't think
damage
either of those is redeemable.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at something now that I hadn't heard of. I wandered across this topic this morning. It was actually in the new news, and I think it looks interesting for a couple of reasons. But I am gonna have to throw out the disclaimer that it is a fucking remake because Hollywood can't create ideas anymore. Okay, which we all know. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm gonna put that over here.
Politicians.
But I hadn't heard of this, but it looks interesting. So, Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Nope.
the brother.
Gyllenhaal.
I can never pronounce her fucking last name.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce Jake's. I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, and just know what I mean.
Man,
So, in the film, Frankenstein's monster played by Christian Bale. See, now I'm interested.
I'm not.
And it takes place in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Okay, we're a little bit weird now. And he goes to a scientist whose name I can't pronounce, which is something that it sounds like our good friend Matt would put as his tagline.
Oh,
Played by Annette Bening to create a companion.
A woman.
Well, it goes without saying. It's the modern environment, friend.
In the
so they retrieved
whoa. Roman. That's
I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Accurate. And plus, I saw the trailer of this thing. This looks like.
Oh, you did? I didn't watch the trailer yet.
This looks like Frankenstein and the Bride mesh with Bonnie now and Clyde.
Which is what they talk about in this. So you've got Penelope Cruz, who I find very attractive. Jake, last name I can't pronounce, the brother. Peter Skarsgård, another one of the Skarsgård brothers. There are like 17 of them just floating around.
Seriously, they're like cockroaches, man.
They're amazing. So here's the trailer. I'm not going to play that right now because I don't want to stay on this topic too long. I was like, it could be okay. It could be okay. It's probably going to be horrible. It's like Reanimator. Like, do you remember Frankenhooker? Many of you may have seen Frankenhooker. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Frankenhooker with a better cast. That's what I'm thinking here. So, again, we're not going to stay on that for long. I just wanted to say that it was out there. I thought it was interesting. Things that interest Roman. Then there's this one. This popped up, and I thought this was interesting as well. Now, this is not a for sure anything's going to happen, but I like the idea of it. So David Goyer, who was one of the big writers in Chris Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, talks about the film's ending and interest in another Batman movie. Okay.
But why?
You got me?
Why?
No.
Why?
Well, it will probably never happen because Nolan has such a busy schedule.
Well, but just the way the film ended, it's got him and
yes,
him and Selena. They're off in France. He has left that life, and Jason Gordon-Levitt is now in the Batcave. So
Joseph.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But
they do.
I mean,
so they talked about a couple of things here, which I did think was neat though, because they talked about a lot of audience members thought that was a dream to give Alfred closure, and Goyer says no, that actually happened, and they actually had written the ending. They wrote that beautiful ending with Bruce just nodding to Alfred. They wrote that first. That was the first thing they wrote, and everything else got you to that ending. I thought that was an interesting thing to know because I didn't know that.
Really? Because I hate that ending.
Really?
Yeah.
Sammy, you're fired.
Alfred is like his adopted dad, and he's not going to even just like give this guy like a note that he's okay, or
he's MI6, bro. Like, you don't really have to show you. Like, it's enough for him to tear up like that is enough. It's like, no, you couldn't make that a dream sequence from a former MI6 agent.
Crying at
He's
the
MI6.
Waynes. Graves going, I failed you. I failed you. It was like they argue whether that scene is real or not, where Alfred runs into him at that restaurant. Like, no, Bruce Wayne is a selfish dick at the end of that movie.
I will say that every single Nolan movie that Batman came out set Batman and DC characters back in additional 10 years. It's the worst. It's the worst version. It means that Batman is never the focal point in any of the three movies. We were looking at Ra's al Ghul. We were looking at the Joker. We were looking at Bane, and even Talia al Ghul at the end. Yeah, you got some shine in Dark Knight. I can give you Joker. Yeah. So the thing is, Batman's never the important character in any of his movies. He can't defeat any of his original villains by himself. At the end, exactly. At the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna survive knee replacements, a fucked up back, a bad joints, all to fuck off at the end in France for the first chick that shows me any interest in nearly a decade. I'm going to make things.
Come on now.
This isn't even the rich Selena Kyle. This is like I'm a thief Selena Kyle. This isn't rich socialite Selena Kyle that can actually match wits and bank accounts with Bruce Wayne. This is I'm a thief. This is like undercrust. Bruce is upper crust. There's an imbalance here. He's too good for her anyway. On top of the fact that all these movies are by a guy that doesn't like superheroes. So there's nothing phantasmic. There's nothing to hope for, to strive for. There's nothing that's beyond reality.
Ego. What I am going to say is it was a different approach, to be sure.
That's fine.
Christopher Nolan made it a more grounded world. He made it a more realistic world. A world in which a Batman could exist. And that was kind of the point of those movies.
But
and
I know
it's different. I know. I get that. It's also not my favorite Batman. So defending the movies is not me defending Christian Bale's Batman. I enjoyed the movies for what they were. I thought they were good. Right. I did enjoy Heath Ledger's Joker immensely. Yeah. I despised Bane, though. I thought, I need to speak through this mask, and you're not going to understand a word I'm saying. Do you feel powerful now? That I didn't like. No. So
the best thing about those movies is what you're talking about, where they had that last scene and they built everything off of it, is they actually had a plan with some scripts and knew what they were going to shoot before they did it. That's a saving grace.
But the saving grace is the fact that I don't think that to begin with they had that much faith in it going any further than that. They didn't build anything around it. They're just like, wow, oh, the first one was good. Let's make another one. Oh, the second was good. Let's make another one.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan also doesn't do sequels. This is the only time Nolan has ever done sequels.
I'm only saying that because just like Denzel Washington, he don't do sequels either until the money's right, and then you're doing a sequel.
Fucking Equalizer sequels. Yeah, and Equalizer 2 was okay. Equalizer I'm saying like was not good. Flat out,
it wasn't. You know. And that's what I'm saying is like it's for a guy that doesn't like superheroes.
Are we talking about the show?
Oh my god!
No, the movies. Show does not make any sense at all. Show makes sense.
The first
I can look at her and be like, "Yo, that's the Equalizer right there." Watch out for her.
And and
second movie was flat late.
To be fair about Mr. Denzel, the movies he does really don't lend themselves for sequels either.
Yeah, you're not going to have Philadelphia 2, you know, like.
No.
That's fair.
Remember the Titans 4.
Yeah. It's fair.
So anyway, though, before we spend too much time on this, because I do want to move on to other things.
Training Day 7.
They go throughout the remote possibility of more of a Kingdom Come style story. Now, those of you, and I know the problem with Kingdom Come, the problem with it, with fingers around it, I don't know how well they could do an adaptation of that and not make it horrible. It could be the best film ever made if they did it right. It's literally my favorite full story comic book. More than The Dark Knight Returns, I love Kingdom Come because I love what it represents.
Mhm.
It's a hard story to do because the scope of it is enormous. You're dealing with actors who are older, and you could make that work. I think you could make that work well, in fact. But the butt factor is pretty huge because you have to do it. I'm just gonna. I started it, and then I had to stop myself immediately. The scope of it is so incredible. I don't know how well you can do it, and especially in the world of CGI, where you're going to have to use CGI because it's inevitable. There's no way you can't use it. Like in Lord of the Rings, you used it. You did a really good job. In the modern era, I have a very hard time naming a movie where the CGI has been used well.
You got to use it sparingly. You can't use it for every shot and in the background.
Which is what they do now.
Exactly. CGI shouldn't be used to take over everything. It's meant to be used as a filler, as a icing on the cake to help make special effects look cool.
I mean, they got CGI costumes on people, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like Gladiator. Gladiator was another good example of this. Back in the year 2000, was that 2000? Or 2007?
It was like 2001. You're talking about
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie used CGI, but they used it to create a world that didn't exist anymore. But it, for the most part, it blended very well, and that was like one of the nice. That was a good, just like Lord of the Rings, a very similar example.
You use it for background buildings. You use it for like beefing up crowds and armies. Like if you got a bunch of guys marching, you just copy them and paste them back there, so you don't have to hire 10,000 extras. But if it's an up close, he learned to speak 3 days ago. Every Marvel movie has no fucking sets.
Yeah.
They have CGI.
Volume.
And it feels like it. It feels like it because the actors aren't acting to a scene. They're acting to what's in their head, what's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Anyway, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to dwell on this too much. I just wanted to, it was an interesting thing. I just wanted to throw in the mix.
Well, it's like that when they were making the Hobbit movies, Peter Jackson had all these wonderful set pieces for the Lord of the Rings, and then like you show just like an elderly Ian McKellen just like crying in the green screen room because like they're it's like this heartless, like I was like I actually felt bad for him.
Know how to do this.
Yeah, but he was saying he's like this is soulless. And you feel it. I mean, I remember we were having this argument all the way back when Revenge of the Sith came out, where there were debates. It was like, does this even count as a live action film? It was like because it's all green screen. It's all CGI.
I hate all those movies.
Okay, interesting you say that because I saw a thing. With Christopher Lee, and he was a younger man. He was doing like a Three Musketeers film, and he was talking about handling a sword and how folks in movies do. Oh, they do this and they do this, and he's like, no. That's not how you use this type of a sword. You use it like this and this, and I'm like, damn.
He knew what he was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee, we could do an entire show about Christopher Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And what an interesting and dynamic man he was.
Definitely.
From the actor to the
man,
the
legend,
the warrior, the man who was, I mean, he was in war and he did things. I mean, one of the great things that I remember from, talking to Peter Jackson, when you stab him in the back of it and go, and he's like, funny thing, when you stab a man in the back, he does not make a noise. It's more of a, and Peter Jackson's like, how do you know that? Look, let's go to catering. It's
there's
and then the heavy metal band Christopher Lee. So you got what I love about Christopher Lee, and I don't want to go on a tangent about him because I could. You had all those brilliant classic horror movies. Then you had like the Hammer series, and then at the end of his life, towards the end of his life, you got Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. And while Star Wars not being a great thing, Christopher Lee in Star Wars was great. So talk about a full fucking life. This is something that men, we write songs about people like that. And he lived it. He was a brilliant man.
He was a direct descendant
anyway.
of Charlemagne as well.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Stop it.
Yeah,
God
he is.
damn it. See? Yeah, you can't even make this shit up.
Like, there's actually, like, if you look up, like, of like paintings of Charlemagne, kind of looks like Christopher Lee. Like, it's, but he can trace his lineage all the way back.
We have? So we're going to talk about a heavy topic now. So I need everybody to put their big boy pants on.
Oh boy.
We are not necessarily going to agree here.
Nope.
That's okay. But
Thank you.
we're going to have a discussion on something that is topical
Thank
that
you.
I think we need to talk about. And again, we don't normally put our toes in this pool, but it is in the pop culture arena. So we're going to talk about this. Like I said, and I don't want to get emotional here. I don't want to talk about the feels. I want to talk about the kind of what is. And there are parts of this, like I said, this will talk about Gina Carano because that's a part of this conversation. And I want the whys of things. The whys of things are incredibly important. I'm like a 1970s gangster. We're going to talk about, as I like to call the title, Talentless Hack Jimmy Kimmel back on air as pussies at Disney cave in to loud retards. That may have been a bit of an overstep on my part as a title, but Variety, I'll just leave the picture of him up here. So, the Kimmel thing. Jimmy Kimmel made some comments after the assassination of Charlie Kirk that were objectively, not subjectively, objectively false based on the knowledge they already knew about the shooter. That caused problems. He says a lot of dumb shit all the time, but you take it in context. The problem with this was, one, a man was murdered. Okay, that's right here. Two, you have the context of the murderers' association. I have to say the alleged murderers, I guess, because he hasn't been convicted yet. The alleged murderers' associations. When you are under an FCC license, and I have to use these terms because it does matter. You are obligated to fall under the regulations the FCC puts forth. Now, the FCC, do they always enforce their regulations? They don't. The View is a good example of that. The View says stupid shit all the time that isn't true. This was a particularly horrendous moment in history that was captured, though. That's why this mattered more than the stupid crap that The View says every day.
Yeah.
So the FCC and so YouTubers, what we say on YouTube doesn't fall under FCC regulations. What podcasters say don't fall under FCC regulations. So we can say stuff that even if it's, so that's how, even though I will argue characters like Destiny, wild fish-bellied Destiny, and Hamas supporting
Hassan
Parker. They say shit again, which is also a piker, which is also false and violates YouTube's rules. It does. That is, again, not subjective. The things I'm saying are not subjective; they are objective. If you look at what they say, you look at YouTube's rules, they
incite
violate.
violence.
And if someone on our side, I say our side, I'm conservative. I know I speak for me on this panel. I don't speak for everyone on this panel. I'm going to say that clearly right now, because they don't work for me. They're not my, we are companions. We are friends, but this is my show. So my name's on the title. So when I'm saying these things, I'm saying them about my beliefs. If someone like me says something that they say, I am going to get blocked. Funny thing though, there's an article that came out, and if we get to it, we'll talk about it, where the previous administration, the Biden administration, put their heel on Google, who owns all of the affiliates, YouTube included, to censor people like us. That ain't a question mark. That is a fact. So they are now reinstating channels that they got rid of under the Biden administration. You can look it up. Oh my God, Matt's here.
Hey guys.
Hello, sir.
Hi there,
buddy.
Oh, what's up, Matt?
You just joined us during a hot point, my friend.
Hey,
welcome.
Welcome to the storm. I come at the storm.
Welcome. So I'm only talking the FCC stuff as to why what he said was a problem. Okay, so now we're going to pull back from the FCC stuff. So Brendan Carr, who runs the FCC, threw it down to local affiliates and said, hey, you choose what you want to do with this guy. So you had a couple of, Sinclair and I think it was Nexstar, who own about 25% of the ABC affiliate, said, Disney said, well, we had talks with them and it was okay, so we're not on. Quite honestly, they were probably looking for a reason to get rid of Kimmel because his ratings are terrible. Kimmel doesn't make money. And we'll get to
a
that
lot of people misunderstand that this was opportunistic for them just as much as anything else.
It was. This was a reason to get rid of Kimmel. Just like they got rid of Colbert, this is a reason to get rid of him. They don't actually give a fuck what he said. They can use it to get rid of him. But even that aside,
hang on, Roman, because since 2020, Kimmel has lost half his viewership and also half in the key demo 18 to 59.
Okay. So I want to address a broader point right there, guys. So over the last 5 to 10 years, right? We've heard the term "get woke or go broke," and these guys who used to have politically neutral shows, right? All these guys were always happy-go-lucky, like, yeah, we're lefty, but we're not really lefty type of, they kept their politics in the back room, right? And all these sports networks, sports leagues like the NFL and all that, they did the same thing. They kept politics out of the viewership and all that, right? They freaked around and found out, went woke, and lost every year by year. If you go back and track it, on average, like 10% of their audience said, well, you want to put fake stuff for fake national anthem, or have guys kneel for the national anthem? I'm not watching. Or you want to put drag ladies, action hour or whatever on the Dodgers? I'm not watching. And
I hear you.
Over the past 10 to 15 years, people said I can go watch any kind of other content, including old content, which is going to be okay for my family to view, right? And then these people thought they could honestly, if they just force us to watch their content, they thought, if you think about this, they thought we'd eventually, well, whatever we'll do, we'll be forced to watch it, we might as well watch it,
Yeah, I hear you there too.
And people said no, just no repeatedly to that. And people will not be forced to pay for content they don't want or watch content they don't want. They'll go do stuff, if nothing else.
Well, that's the thing about this though too, right? It was like he has a time slot on a major network. I was like, and he's still losing views. It's free to watch him. It's free to consume.
Right, it's free.
Actually, interesting enough. This is
The
what
FCC license. That's the thing.
interesting thought there, guys.
FCC licensing problem.
Right. You guys heard me say before that the combination of COVID and this, woke go broke combined to destroy going to movies as a regular human event, right? So, meaning people, that to me is why 1/3 of the box office is currently gone. Because there's no longer a habit for people to go to the movies to watch it, or to go to events. These late night slots became an American viewing habit for 30 to 50 years or more, right?
Yes.
Johnny Carson,
and these guys
Letterman.
these guys combined their average show, meaning the modern era of their shows are not as good as the older era of the shows, right? But the average era of their shows with the go woke, with the get woke, go broke stuff, and they've done the same thing. They've destroyed these slots for a generation. The only way they can save it is to cancel all of them, wait about 5 years, and bring back the Tonight Show and just the Tonight Show, and be a respectable person. That's the only way they can save that slot.
Yeah.
Because even Dave Letterman is a wild. He's a leftist. Is but, and this is important to realize. I grew up with Letterman in the 80s. I based a lot of my comedy around what Dave Letterman did. But you know what Dave didn't do with his show? He didn't stick his dick in the political pie of the show. He had a brilliant show that was based around entertainment, some music, and a lot of comedy. And it was fantastic. I love the Dave Letterman show.
Roman, you bring up something even more interesting, which you didn't realize. Letterman took the Tonight Show slot and built another hour of programming on top of it. In other words, the whole host of people would watch the Tonight Show that's there for late night with Dave Letterman. Right?
At 12:30, fucking 30, Dave came on.
And so they created a slot on that the networks used with the Tonight Show version of each channel, a late show version of each channel, and a late show.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, which it was with Tom something on CBS. Anyway, point is they created a human viewership could always be like not everyone step every night of the week, but if I came home late from the party, maybe you want another burger or a late night or an aperitif, you throw on the late show. You know what I mean? They created that space in the culture for those shows, and not only did they destroy the Tonight Show space, the 11:30 space, they destroyed the late show space at 12:30.
They wiped it out.
And they destroyed the late shows at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, like Craig Ferguson. He was
great.
He was great. He was great. His show was always good.
I fucking loved Craig Ferguson. He was brilliant.
You know what? Awesome. He saw the writing on the wall and he got out.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go back to Scotland and just fuck off.
You look at Colbert. It was like Jesus. You were mentioning COVID. Do you remember when he was like dancing around?
Yes, the dancing syringe.
I remember that. Going like, guys, this is this funny? Dude, someone find this.
Let's not wander too far from topic here, though. So, I want to go back to what Jimmy Kimmel said. The things he said under FCC licensing and under the ability of not the networks, but the distributors, essentially the affiliates. Thank you. That's why he went off. Like I said, but Disney caved into the screaming, weeping crowd. I don't think they caved in though. I think Disney saw this as like, this will be his highest rating ever, and it was.
Also, Bob Iger did cave because 3 ABC offices got shot up.
Oh, that's right. Why did that happen? Was that the right wing that did that, Joker? Could you answer that for me? Or no? Oh, oddly enough, no.
All those right wing Jimmy Kimmel fans.
Yeah, they
created. I want to talk about free speech for a second, because that's what the crux. That's what a lot of people are screaming right now. Free speech, free speech, free speech.
Well, yeah. So and they get free speech wrong. I was just in a big.
They do. So
I was just.
No, go ahead, Joker. I'll let you go.
Okay. Sorry. I was in a big Facebook thread on this, and people talking about Kimmel's back. This is a victory for free speech, and I'm like, Where was this when Megyn Kelly lost her the morning talk show? Where was where was this energy when Joe Rogan had 70 episodes taken off of Spotify? Where was this energy when Tucker Carlson got removed from Fox? Where was this energy when Gina Carano on her personal social media got canned? Where's this energy when J.K. Rowling, who's a far leftist, says one thing out of line? Where was this energy for Roseanne Barr?
Because the people who were...
I'm gonna interject though. I'm gonna interject. You know what though? Everything that happened to them while being unpopular, and I don't agree with them doing it, it was legal. An employer can fire you.
Right. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Well, okay. Wait.
Hang on.
Stop. Freedom of speech, the constitutional right of free speech, and what you can say as an employee of a company are not the same thing.
Agreed.
Don't confuse them. Do not confuse them. If a company disagrees with that, or they see you in a bad light, they will fire you.
There are two legal issues I want to bring up, Roman. Okay. Number one, before we even had electronic media, meaning before the radio was even invented, way back in the newspaper and Bible days, in the U.S. under the Constitution and Supreme Court, it was established you cannot advocate for specific violence against people. You can't go around and call for someone to be shot because he's going to college campuses. A specific person.
Exactly.
Those you can go to jail for that in the U.S. long before we had modern Twitter or whatever, right? And the second thing is it's a legal issue. And it's an important issue in the light of social media, okay? And Elon Musk saved the world. The reason Elon knew he had to do it by Twitter, okay? Is if the only like what Roman was saying, where the freedom of speech is a private and a public sector thing and all, right? It's keeping it simple. If we have the only means in a social media setting is private, there is no other way to compete with it, right? Because of the monopolization issue. Then you have a legitimate legal concern about, which is really out of the monopolization issue, for why you have to have private sector not necessarily having total control of their platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you there.
And they also had a critical point that was brought up where at least every social media platform in a country should have a public account for the government officials by default. Even though it's a private account, you want that. I think Twitter has that little silver check mark or word for those now.
Check your Twitter DM.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. The reason Jimmy Kimmel got reinstated is because of the vast number of activists that were there backing him.
So I was just going to say,
why don't we see what Jimmy Kimmel himself said about Roseanne Barr?
This is an odd thing.
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel is human scum, by the way, guys.
He is human scum. But I'm saying it was
make it bigger. Get bigger.
Right out of his mouth.
He's Tyrannosaurus scum?
Read it, Sammy. Read it. Read the whole thing.
All right. It says an ABC, to their credit, didn't waste any time. They canceled her show today. I'm not a fan of censorship, but this isn't about free speech. It's about consequences for saying something vile. You can say what you want, but the networks don't have to pay you to say it. You can just blame Ambien for that, or you can't just blame Ambien for that. Actions have consequences. ABC made the right call. Jimmy Kimmel, May 29th.
That's a funny thing to say.
It's insane.
So here's what, and this has been my stance. Do people have a right to say what they want? Yes, and
they do, 100%.
But again,
there's a but attached to that, though.
Right, but hang on. So when Fox News cut ties with Tucker Carlson, That's a private company. They can do what they want. Lucasfilm can cut ties with Lucasfilm can cut ties with Gina Carano for whatever they want.
Yes.
Do I necessarily agree with their actions? No. I think so. I don't want to see anyone lose their job, even the horrible people like Kimmel here. But again, if this was about free speech and he wanted to double down and go MAGA, blah, blah, he can start a podcast. He can go to cable.
He didn't get thrown in jail.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. So let's stop here for a second. Let's hold our thoughts for one moment.
Okay.
Free speech in America means you don't go to fucking jail. That's what free speech means. It doesn't exclude a lot of other things. There are consequences to free speech that are not covered. Free speech means you don't go to jail. But
let me correct
there's a but on the end of that.
Well, Roman, I want to say something before we get to the but.
Go.
In the modern era, it's very important to understand. Everyone in America has freedom of speech. Only American citizens have the right to free speech in America.
Yeah.
Now,
people who say inappropriate things can be sent home.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true. Yeah, they don't fall under Constitution.
People don't know about that constitutional right that we have. Only American citizens have the constitutional right to be in America. It's very specific.
Freedom of speech is a human right, not a privilege.
This is what I say now. I use this in my line of work. When someone gets drunk and says some off-color stuff, and I'm like, hey, guy, or whoever, you can't say that in here. He's like, freedom of speech. And I'm like, no. Freedom of speech ended the minute you walk through that door, because now you are in a private establishment and you have to abide by the rules here. Now, if you want to go outside on the street corner and say whatever you want, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, defending your right to do that. Yeah. But the minute you cross that door, your freedom of speech ends.
Yeah, it's people think it is a across all platforms thing. It is not. It is you don't go to jail. That is freedom of speech in America. You don't go to jail. But within certain confines in the military. When I was in the military, I had almost zero freedom of speech. Certainly when I was in uniform. And anything I did in my private life that might bring discredit to my service, if I said something wild, I'm not in uniform, but people will say, "Oh, that's Roman," in like civilian clothes, is going to get me yeeted because I have a contract with the company. The company is the Navy, and companies are the same way. They don't want people associated with them that bring bad associations to their company. It's the same idea. So that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight. And I also hate with capital letters, underlined, and exclamation points that Jimmy Kimmel right now is getting press after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Jimmy Kimmel has become some fake victim bullshit faggot.
Yeah, but see, Roman, that's for their what do you call it?
I know what it is. I know what it is.
It's become a whataboutism. When they saw that politician out of Minnesota who unfortunately was killed by another leftist, when they saw bringing up false equivalency wasn't working, they used him as a scapegoat. But if there's anything that I have been getting enjoy from this whole situation, it's watching all these like leftist liar types go, oh no, Jimmy Kimmel's so funny. It was like, you've never watched a fucking episode. Okay. It was like, and by the way, what other magic tricks can Trump pull out? It was like, now he's got the left screaming cancel Disney Plus. What do we got to do to get these leftists to start screaming to end the Fed? Because I don't know what else. You know, that the left was going to be pro-war and then the Republicans are
Well,
going to.
I also feel bad for the pregnant ladies to the left who are gobbling Tylenol down right now because
acetaminophen
that's a bad
will kill
idea.
you.
It's a bad
by
idea.
the way.
Yeah, they're mentally ill.
They
Yeah,
are.
they're mentally ill.
Ego,
for that.
I see you down there. Ego, is your mic on?
It's on. I just have to ask.
Jump in.
One's an ask, one's a comment. Does it
Come
matter
on.
to you guys if this is all a work? To change your
You
mind?
mean, are
on
we
me?
being played? Or,
Yes.
Or by whom? I guess is the because I don't even know at this point. By whom?
By the executives of ABC. That's because
No. Did they fire him so they
Okay.
could bring him back?
Yes. They canceled it to bring him back.
Yeah. No,
Cheers.
I think that's actually a very valid theory.
I think it's.
I do.
It's
Honestly, I'm upset that I didn't have the money to actually invest in Disney when they lost the $4 billion valuation because it went right back up when they brought him back. Because this is the same guy is What's in My Pants? Is that Jimmy Kimmel? That's the man show, Jimmy Kimmel. What's in My Pants, right?
Yeah,
That's
that
him.
guy. So irreverent blackface Jimmy Kimmel says something
Same
off
guy,
color.
same
Nope.
guy.
Nope.
Same
The only
Nope.
funny thing I've ever seen on Jimmy Kimmel's show was that running gag he had with Harrison Ford and Chewbacca. It's the only funny thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
on his
Well,
show.
I haven't seen
I've
that.
never
I
watched an
haven't-
episode.
I'm
I haven't seen
asking because if you're saying that guy that's supposed to be an off-color type of guy is going to say something that is off-color but completely in the lines of someone that's being not a shock jock but shock TV jock. Provocateur, correct? And
What
it
he
didn't
said,
sound like
Ego, was
Yeah.
this is the non-subjective part. This is the objective part. Comedy is
Okay.
subjective. I mean, if it's funny, maybe it's funny to some people, not to some people. But what he said during his comments was objectively false, and it wasn't comedy. That was not comedy. That was a just plain monologue. About-
He put out blatant disinformation on a national platform, and that's where
That-
everybody
that
has
is
the
free.
huge problem.
and
Okay.
But
The
go
thing
ahead. Let it.
the thing that I'm saying is I heard what he said, and I think it's either it's a bad joke or it's something that people actually believe. You could say that it's information or whatever, but it depends on the timetable you're saying, which it was proven false. All I'm saying is a guy that's provocateur said something provocative. All of a sudden, the FCC president, who has direct ties to the president, is putting pressure on them to get him off the show. The president is saying, get him off the show. So it
No,
does look like, in fact, it. Okay. All right. Fine.
I'm on board with you, Ego. I've always known,
I'm
as
saying all
someone
this
who
because it's
did stand-up comedy, as someone who who's been on stage, you do have to set down certain limits where it's either all okay or none of it's okay. But the problem that we have here is this man used his platform to casually misinform his viewers and reaffirm something that he wanted to.
I'm saying
that's not a
I'm
joke.
I'm
Exactly.
saying what's the misinformation you're saying that it is? Well, I'll talk about it. We have to talk off camera, but I'm saying that from what I heard and from what I'm seeing, I see what he said, and I'm not saying that's misinformation to me. The thing is, you can put it out there, and it has to be judged by other people whether or not it's real information or not. It's not up to you to determine what information is or is not true because that's the Big Brother shit.
Okay. Here's why it's irresponsible. Okay, like politically right now, we are probably the most volatile that we've been in this country since about the 1860s. It was like we have this opposing dichotomy politically that the tensions keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So when you're actually advocating and putting out things that are incorrect, and for some reason or another, and I don't know why they do this shit, they always focus on the gender of the shooter, what political affiliations he has. So when you're going to say, and we've already had information that he wasn't of this particular group, and then go, oh, it doesn't matter what we say because we all know he's one of them. You're disenfranchised.
You may be too young. You're too young to remember this, Sammy. But Roman and I actually talked about this on one of our phone calls last week, I think, Roman.
Yep.
That you remember how well the communism used to be associated with the color red, and not with the color blue, so to speak, in the U.S. in the world, and then the network all of a sudden the network in the early '80s switched from the Republican and the right to the color red, and the right and also other things used to be associated with the left wing that weren't, like fascism and mass eliminations of people. Those always be left wing things, right? If you look at every single mass exterminator of Homo sapiens you could find, and for the past 500 years, they're going to be left wing types. Okay. That being said, now they're trying to do it with mass human eliminator with weapons. People, am I being vague enough how I say that? You know,
sure.
You understand? You know,
You can whatever you want. I don't give a fuck.
They've been trying to associate school mass eliminator of persons with objects for like 25 years with the right. Now they're trying to do it with political attacks with the right. Okay, and if you go back and look historically at almost every political attack that used a device to harm a member of the Homo sapiens by having it in someone's hand, you would. I'm going to keep saying every single time a different way as much as possible. That I'm going to do it.
You can say whatever you want to. I don't care. You can say
they all end up being lefties. They all end up being
every single time you've had violence against Capitol, like the Weather Underground, they're the lefties. You know.
And then they became professors.
What is the largest mass human extermination of congressional beings that occurred? It was done by, what are the Puerto Rican terrorists called? The left-wing, the red something. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is, like, they keep trying to define all these crimes as being right-wing oriented, but then you go back and look who does them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. So to openly say that this person was in the camp, it was like you are actually causing more harm than you think you're doing, because one, you are enabling people who have shown themselves to be in the past more prone to political violence. You're emboldening them, and you're also disenfranchising people who are on the other side of the fence, going like, well, it doesn't matter if the facts are out at all, because this person, people with these big platforms are just going to label him MAGA, and it's not going to matter. So it was like you're making the divide.
Is that so? You're saying so? It does sound like the issue you're saying is that the fact that they're saying that he was MAGA, and that's a part of the extremism that led to.
Is that
that was getting the information?
Wait. Stop. Ego, go ahead with your question again, please. I want people to hear.
The thing is, to me, I don't think we're ever going to know the true reason why he did to begin with. So labeling either way doesn't make sense. The issue I have is that by all metrics, it does seem like someone that would be right-leaning that actually did this based on a history of everything about this guy's life leading up to this point.
How many MAGA guys do you know with trans boyfriends?
You guys remember who?
All right. He said how many what?
How many MAGA guys? Ego, I don't know how closely you followed this, because I followed it very closely.
Considerably.
I know his family history. His family history after he went to college was not him. After he went to college, everything changed, and it was very
went to college. He honestly, he was on the same level as CK in terms of education. They both dropped out. He was trying to be an electrician, from what I understand. And the fact that you're saying about what, trans girlfriends or something like that?
Yeah.
Bro, check this out. The Grindr app crashed at CK's funeral. So it's like, you can say what you want about that, but I mean, there's a whole list of guys that are claiming to be one thing that are doing things at funerals that shouldn't be done or in line with the values that someone that got assassinated has. So all I'm saying is we're doing all this based off of a joke that a guy had that wasn't necessarily a joke. It was either a mid joke that bombed or an actual observation that in some way I kind of agree with. And now you got the FCC and the president at least saying, hey, you shouldn't be on air for something that you said is not deemed appropriate. So I'm just like, yo, quit the fucking pearl clutching because y'all don't even watch ABC. You don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. You don't have Disney Plus. So now we're coming with the pearl clutching and calling everything consequence or cancel culture about it and acting just like people from 10 years did ago. So I'm just like, stand on what you believe in or don't. That's why honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I don't care.
Ego, I love you, but I 100% disagree with you on it.
Well, I can explain.
But I just want you to. Our perspectives are very different coming into this.
Let me take a shot at helping you out. So I like to watch nuclear explosions. Okay. And because I understand
that's an odd thing to just say, Matt. That's an odd thing.
It'll make sense because you all see the nuclear explosion. You've all watched the beginning of Godzilla. That's why. So you all have one in reference. I can reference it very easily, right? So I like because I know how the physics of them work. I enjoy watching them happen. Not that I want to see buildings blown up or whatever, but like I enjoy the math involved, right? So, and now we can describe things mathematically, and when we do that, we can create graphs and simulations that will show how human behaviors behave in a pattern, right? Okay.
Okay.
In my version of what happened with Jimmy Kimmel and with the cancellation with the object-based termination of a Kirk named Charlie, what happened is like when you watch the explosion of a nuclear bomb. If you watch the Bikini Atoll, which is the one in the beginning of Godzilla, first there's that round surge of energy where you think all the forces are released. Then it sort of gathers for a next jump, and there's a big leap over where there's less force, but way bigger in scope, right? And that to me is what's going on with the radically based musician's termination of Kirk.
Matt, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, dude.
I'm a little lost myself. It's higher.
Normally, I'm
Charlie
behind you 100%. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I tried.
What I'm saying is there's been a buildup of energy, okay? A buildup of energy, right? And it was been waiting for an explosion. It almost happened with Trump, okay? It's been waiting for that release of the energy. And it's happened with Charlie Kirk. And there was that big initial surge, right? And then it seemed to fade. But then a giant mushroom cloud started growing out of it that was even bigger. And it spread to a much wider area. So Jimmy Kimmel is something happened on the mushroom cloud of the explosion that essentially Charlie Kirk has been a result of.
And that has nothing to do with him then. That's what that has nothing to do with him.
No. What it has to do with is he has been writing. Jimmy Kimmel has been a left-wing douchebag, and a douchebag separately, okay, for 20 plus years, okay?
Okay.
He wasn't always a left-winger. I used to follow him a lot. He wasn't always a left-winger.
Okay.
And so anyway, he used to be funny, I'll put it that way.
He did.
Anyway, so he's been for the last 10 to 20 years, he's been riding this left wing. I'm a left winger. I'm going to be with the crowd. I'm going to make the right jokes. I'm going to make tons of money because my crowd only comes to see me. Blah blah blah. And he stepped on, and the bomb went off. And we're not tolerant right now of people even the whole fuck around and find out such scenario. Like there's no fucking around and find. We're not accepting anyone. There's no like, oops, well, we know you made a mistake. With that comment or whatever. We're not tolerating that right now. And we don't have to legally. We could not they want to keep Jimmy Kimmel. I guess we're not going to watch anything, we're not going to watch anything.
But no one was watching him to begin with at this point. Y'all are just saying that his bullshit was.
I want to let Joker go because Joker's been waiting for like.
I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So to insinuate that Trump put pressure on the head of the FCC is patently wrong. The pressure to the head of the FCC came from the heads of Nexstar and Sinclair, which own about 40% of ABC local affiliates.
Carr was.
Hold on. Hey.
Okay. All right. I'll let you get. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hang on. He go. which owns about 40% of local affiliates of ABC, which is owned by Disney. So they voluntarily said, we are going to pull this guy. We are going to free up this on our own. It then went to Dana. Then it went to Disney itself, which was Dana Walden, who was the head of television production, and will probably be the new CEO. And it's Bob Iger and Dana Walden who made this statement. Trump reacted to it, but this was Disney's call to pull him. There was no pressure from the president, as opposed to now, when Roseanne got taken off of the number one show on TV because she made a joke about Valerie Jarrett.
Wow.
Then sitting President Barack and his wife, the Michelle, they personally called Bob Iger. And that is presidential pressure. Trump had nothing to do with Jimmy.
Right.
When was Carr? Did Trump not appoint Carr?
Okay,
He did. That's new.
He appointed Carr, and Carr was the one that approved that merger.
Okay, but at the same
that
time,
was before. Remember, Brendan Carr has been in that spot during the Biden administration too. Brendan Carr was in,
but it says
he was still in FCC during then. So don't confuse the issues about when Brendan Carr was part of the FCC.
But Trump did not call Carr and say, "Hey, get this guy off the air."
I see it this time.
But Trump did not call Carr.
Wait, she was there and then she was gone. She's the highlight of all of our lives, and then she was gone.
Right?
I'll let her know. Yeah.
Well, Trump
did not call Carr. I'm a little sad.
She's like the Kaiser Associate left out Eagles channel.
All I'm saying is that if he's reacting to what's already been there, calling or not, it's your words are out there in conjunction with what the FCC president is already saying. And I will say with this, like, hey, that's censorship too. I said the whole thing was, why are we reacting to this extent anyway? I'm gonna play the advocate here because go ahead.
What is the difference between when Roseanne and Megyn Kelly and the Fox guy, Tucker Carlson, when they got fired under the Biden administration, what was the difference between the idiot Kimmel and them? What was the difference?
There was not one. There was.
Jimmy Kimmel got put back in the air, right? Because Disney did not get the boot on their throat saying you can't put him back on. They were never allowed to go back on the air. They were done. So they never got their actual job back. They did other shit afterwards, yes, obviously.
Right.
But they never got their jobs back with the affiliate that they were attached to at that point because the Biden administration said no. That's the difference between freedom of speech and getting fired. That's the difference.
Getting fired, bringing back to me is still the same thing. It doesn't count the actual firing. You can say you bring it back. That's why I'm saying either this is a work to begin with.
Never fired to begin with.
He didn't get fired. He got pulled off for 5 fucking days.
They pulled it
Charlie Kirk is never going to come back from what the leftists did.
That's another thing that I have a huge problem with all of this. What? Okay, and now granted, there wasn't any there might have been talk shows, but no one blamed the other side for Sirhan or James Earl Ray or all these other political assassinations. They didn't have people trying to weaponize these horrible things and make it so you're shoving mud in the other guy's eye. I disapprove of that immensely, and I find it to be incredibly irresponsible, dangerously so. That
I talked about that though. The reason they can't claim those guys are right wing because those are all left wing killers as well.
Yeah.
And Roman, actually, I've got a lot of stuff to do before my day tomorrow, so I'm actually gonna head on out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
I want to.
Anything you want to talk about before you yeet out there, sir?
Sure. I was gonna put a video out tomorrow. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff. I'm relocating. I had an interview this past week, so I may be getting a new job, and I've got other things working. But you can always catch myself, this guy, and this guy on this show right here. Wednesday night is Overbooked, where we talk about the ins and outs of the world of professional wrestling. And if you're not a fan of professional wrestling, that's fine. You can tune in for Ego's bad hot takes and the consequences of his bad hot takes. And then Sammy, you're doing We've cast this Saturday or no?
Yes, we'll be discussing Ra's al Ghul for episode 20.
Okay, so if I'm up and around, I will probably be with Sammy as well, as because I need to get ready for Taco Night at Arkham, and because Taco Night is Saturday at Arkham. And why is that, Sammy?
Because it's a madhouse.
That's right.
There's a Lego Arkham Asylum Lego set out there too. Right now, Sammy.
So everyone have a wonderful weekend. Roman, again, thank you for having me on. This was definitely lively. Ego, you're still wrong about a lot of things, but that's fine.
No, I like I said, I don't think that he's wrong. I just
no, he's wrong.
You know,
to watch the show, he's wrong. It's fine.
No, that's the wrestling comment. That's not this conversation. That's the wrestling comment.
All right, guys. Toodles.
Bye, brother.
Take care.
I take it easy. I think to his credit, a lot of the things that Ego said I do agree with, where it was like either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And yes, I am sick to death of all this shit too. The only thing that you're gonna see consequence of this wise is Jimmy Kimmel is going to get a boost in ratings. Yeah. And then they're going to realize that he's a D-list comedian, and then they're just going to peter off. And he's going to be back into the same boat that he was in when we started. So, but yes.
Unless he runs for governor or senator of California.
Sweet
that's his
chocolate
next
Jesus. Do not say that kind of shit, Ego.
That's why I'm saying that's why I said it. I'm saying that because it's like this is the natural thing. Like you stack wins when you can, and for a lot of liberals, this is the win that they've been looking for.
It's not though. I don't think it is. It's gonna go back. I think it's going to go back to the bubble level. But I'm gonna. So Steve Dace, who is a commentator who I'm very fond of, was talking about this topic this morning, and I'm gonna kind of paraphrase him. So Kimmel hasn't had ratings for a very long time. The numbers aren't there, and the thing is, you can't get rid of advertisers anymore because George Soros has infiltrated that market. So you've got that bit you can't get rid of. He did. And the big pharma has the other part of it. So you can't get rid of advertisers. I can knock my light over though. Exactly. So you can't call those people and say, "Oh, pull them off." And the network isn't making money. But he went back to a scene in Batman: The Dark Knight where the Joker sets money on fire, and he says, "It's not about the money.
Exactly.
It's about the message."
Correct.
And that's what it is. They don't care if he's making ratings. He could have nobody watching tonight, and that impotent cocksucking piece of shit, and I say that with all due respect to him, will still get paid $40,000 or $40 million a year with no audience because they don't care if he has an audience. They just want to get it out there. Mm-hmm. So that's the world we live in now. There are no right-wing commentators who are like Jimmy Kimmel because the networks don't hire conservative hosts. They don't exist. They exist on their own networks like The Blaze, Fox, which is half a network at best, and it's not what it was.
Yeah,
so you've got like Greg Gutfeld,
guys like
who's pretty
Steven
good.
Crowder, who are a little bit more politically savvy.
But he's not a network. He's not a network.
I'm saying he's still more of a comedian.
But we don't have FCC licenses.
No,
that we are falling under. We don't have anybody can tune into this. Most of the people who tune into right-wing stuff have to have a YouTube subscription or they subscribe to a channel of something or something like that.
Whenever you hear
they
about
can't just
things
turn
like
on the TV.
Whenever you hear about things like the Internet Bill of Rights or balanced internet loads or any of these euphemisms for the government making the internet fairer for you, what they're really trying to do is get hooks into the internet. They would have hooks in for the FCC.
Then it's the FCC. Yep. So then the internet, guys like us, guys like me, everything I said tonight, Gavin Newsom has introduced a bill that if I say hate speech, whatever that is defined as, I will go to jail for and have to pay $1 million fine. What is hate speech? That is very much a subjective thing, and who the fuck knows what it means. So Ego got called out. Ego's not here right now. I was going to do our exits, but now I'm trapped here in limbo. Well, before Ego comes back, does anybody have any other comments? Not long-winded comments.
I got a short comment. I got a short comment.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys talked about before I got here. I love it when the left self-owns, and when RFK Jr. put out the alert about Tylenol earlier this week, about its link to autism on a secondary scale association, and all these leftists, including doctors who apparently, if you see any of these doctors doing this, by the way, taking Tylenol when they're pregnant,
get another doctor.
You should avoid. Tylenol is one of the most lethal over-the-counter substances that you can buy.
That's not.
And they themselves, in 2017, put that tweet out.
Yep. There are multiple.
We don't recommend you take any of our products when you're pregnant.
Who jack themselves up on Tylenol and are dying of liver failure, and their babies are going to die too because the baby's only 10, 12 weeks or whatever.
Great.
I hate that the baby's suffering for it.
But I know.
I'll say a prayer for the souls of all those who are lost and all that. But I don't feel bad when you self-own that badly.
No, that's the scenario where Trump says don't put a plastic bag over your head, and they do just because he said it. It's a stupid thing to do. Don't do that. It's
political pageantry.
Don't just try to get your political opponent by doing the opposite of what they say, because that's dumb. That is actually a both sides thing, but it's a dumb thing to do. Don't do that. And I don't like the both sides argument. And I'll say this right now, and I'm going to close it up. I'm going to end on that weird spot. There isn't the both sides argument right now,
right?
Because it is the right side, the conservative movement, is not doing the things that the left movement is. We aren't killing people. We aren't shutting down cities. We aren't murdering people openly in the streets. Well, ICE. So they're getting rid of illegal immigrants. Okay, that's fine. But you're going to have your own opinions on this stuff. We had disagreements on the show tonight, and that's fine. But we had a dialogue, and that's the important thing. What you do is you talk to people. That's what Charlie Kirk did, and I'm clearly not Charlie.
Well,
Kirk.
you can talk to anyone except for Mets fans. No talking to Mets fans.
Except for
you guys
Mets
disagree with
apparently
me.
they
You guys
consider
are all
the same.
my enemies now.
And see, that's the thing. Ego and Sammy disagreed, but they're still both decent people that you know what I mean, that are intelligent and are
so, like I said, I didn't disagree with everything that he said.
Exactly,
I was just giving my point of view on the.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But you were able to have a discussion without shouting and somebody calling somebody else a communist or anything like that. So,
I can attest. I will swear in the Bible right now. Ego is not a communist. Sammy, I don't know about, but ego.
But you know what I mean. What I'm saying is that
No, I do.
is that it's through these discussions that we actually grow and learn, because I'm able to listen to Ego's point of view and go, okay, I see where you're coming from, dude. This makes actual sense to me, especially if you're looking at it through this lens or whatever, right? With the information that you have, and then Roman will add information that none of us had, you know, like
I agree.
where it depends or something. I don't know, but
I can see what the direction Eagle's coming from. I just don't like to smell what he's cooking.
I get you.
but anyway, this is what I missed, and I think America needs is go back to the times when you didn't ask people who they voted for, because that was apropos to do that, just like how much they made or how much land a farmer owns or whatever, or you don't ask a lady her age. Yeah, exactly. I think we need more of that.
Being decent human beings to one another. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
That can come back anytime.
Awesome.
It'd be great. Kind of helps that we're all friends on this show too. So you know what I mean. It's not like I was waiting to get the drop on Left Eye.
You know what that crazy statement means, Sammy? It means you can be friends with people you don't agree with all the time, but you're still friends. I hate Matt the drummer.
Mets fans.
Like 50% of the time, I wanna drown him in a pool, but I don't, because I also love Matt the drummer, and I don't want to necessarily kill him. The other half, he doesn't want to kill him. So it's a. I lost the word because I'm a little bit drunk, but I'm okay with that. I think we've done good tonight. At least I hope we've done good tonight.
Yeah,
we've had a good discussion about a hot topic. We're not coming out of this saying, yeah, you're right or you're right, but we do come out with it with more of an understanding of the perspective of the person that we don't necessarily agree with. And I think that's good, because you understand, okay, I do see where they're saying here. And that's important. Because if you don't understand the perspective of the person you're talking to, what the fuck are you doing? You're yelling at a wall, and you're not going to get anything back from that. You can't have a conversation like that. And you don't always want to get back what you are saying back at you. That's not a conversation. That is a dialogue. Chamber. So, I mean, for those of you who are with us tonight, and I'm happy you're here. I'm glad you were with us for this last half of the show, because I was a bit hesitant about doing it, because this is not our normal topic. This isn't something we usually do. We're usually lighthearted and laughing.
But I can step up the bash the commies anytime.
Yeah, and I did a Rambo.
And the Mets fans.
Oh my God!
And Mets fans.
Oh, Sergeant Giratina's Rambo stream last night was so good. Go watch his channel on that, because that was brilliant. Rambo, First Blood through Rambo, I Hate My Daughter was fucking fantastic. I loved it, every minute of it. So
send me the link.
So so we're gonna close out tonight on be civil fucking people. Okay. We'll go around the horn about the things that we have coming up, but I like I said, I was hesitant about this show, but I'm really glad we did it. I'm glad we had these conversations about different perspectives on these topics, because they're important. They're important in the modern era, because the modern era is something that is waiting for a fuse to get lit and explode. Talk to the people you don't agree with. Talk to them.
Exactly.
They will understand you better, and you will understand them better. And maybe in the midst of that, you can actually come up with something, and no one has to get shot.
Right.
So we'll go around the horn, say what we got coming up, and then jump on out of this crazy, except for Sammy, cocksucking Sammy, who is apparently getting out fucking now. That's why he's been fired 17 times from this show. Sammy, what do you got? What do you got to do? What's going on, buddy?
I got my show with Darnell. Starts in 5 minutes. It'll be a special episode of Two Sieves and a Pig, because we actually have two more pigs joining the panel. So we have two former law enforcement.
Oh, I love this post show. It's really good.
And this today's special will be about Karens getting arrested, and we'll have plenty of videos of male and female Karens, accosting officers and then meeting the consequences of their own actions. And well, you know what? I'm just gonna be here for it and enjoy every second of it. But
and there's one with the jewelry store getting robbed in LA in broad daylight. I just noticed.
Oh yeah, that one was crazy. That doesn't really fit the format, but I will. If you guys want to jump on Darnell's channel after this, it's on Rumble. It's called Two Sieves and a Pig. It is. It's definitely an interesting show. I'll see you guys later.
All right, Sammy.
Take care.
Later, brother. You're not fired.
Yep.
You're not
Have a good
fired.
one.
I've unfired Sammy. He's gone now. I can refire Sammy. Sammy is once again fired. He just doesn't know it.
That Sammy is on fire.
I fire him so much. All right. Shield Wall, what do you got coming up, buddy?
All right. Well, thanks for having me on. Great discussion tonight. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed being back. On Tuesday of next week, I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel. We'll be going over the Lord of the Rings movie, the third movie in the trilogy. That's going to be a long one. So, and then on that Thursday, I will be on this show, 5 Pacific Standard Time, doing, I forgot what we're doing. Our favorite slasher films. So that should
no one caught that. Please don't screen capture that, because that was unflattering. Please don't do that.
But anyway, that's what I got coming up.
It's funny you mentioned the Lord of the Rings movies. So on Amazon right now, and actually other record company places, they just put out again, and this is a big deal because it costs like $9 billion. They just put out the Howard Shore recordings again on as a record. They put out all 3. They're only like $33 a piece. That is fucking crazy good. So if you love that stuff and you own a record player and you're a vinyl weirdo like me, it's out there now. You can also get them as clear vinyl, but they're a little bit more expensive. But look into that, because it's fucking weird. And, whatever. But Shield, I was so happy you were back this week, and I love your voice for 2 reasons. One, it is the voice of evenness, the voice of reason, and it is that golden throat that makes all the girls swoon. So,
The voice of reason.
Oh man! If I would have made a statement like that while I was at work in the military, I'd still be hearing about it.
That's what I'm here for. Matt, my brother, thank you again, Matt. Thank you for being with us tonight. I really appreciate it. I know the effort you're making to be here, so I appreciate this greatly.
Well, they were changing me. They were changing me for the first hour of your show. So I was like, thinking in my head, come on, ladies, move faster. Like, say it done. But I'm going to try to do all the shows next week. I couldn't yesterday. They were changing me for like, plus yesterday I was miserable. Not going to go into all the details. If you guys are curious, you can always ask me, off scene. I might be on the Tuesday show with Return of the King. I think I signed up for it. I was supposed to be on this week's TV show, but obviously I was in the hospital and had no idea what's going on. I'll be back for the Wednesday wrestling show once I was overbooked. I almost made it on last night, but I kind of fell asleep and didn't wake up for a while. So.
Accepted.
Yeah. That's kind of what I got going on. So what else? Anything else to comment about?
I guess not.
That was it. Yeah.
Wow.
That was very abrupt and very unexpected. Sergeant Giratina, what do you have coming up, my friend? And again, if you didn't watch his Rambo show last night, you missed out. It was spectacular. It was so much fun. It was a great escape from the modern world, and we were back to oiled up, leathery bodies in the 80s. It was fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, let's jump back in.
Yeah, phone using a tip for you guys, by the way, if you're using StreamYards on your phone, make sure it opens up in the StreamYards app. Otherwise, it's very easy to actually close it down.
Apparently.
All right. I usually like to do open panel streams on Wednesdays. Next week, I'll be inviting folks on to talk about Emperor's New Groove. Then the week after that will be
I
the
love
Tron
that movie so much. Oh my God, that movie is fantastic.
Yeah, then
What movie? What
and
movie?
15th I'll be doing
The Emperor's New
stream
Groove.
on Bleach.
I love that movie. I'm a llama.
Yeah.
The only time you'll get to hear Roman say that ever, just in case you're curious.
Yeah, the 22nd I'll be taking a break from doing open panel and doing something special on my birthday. And the 29th of October.
Wait. Let's go back. Let's reel that back a second there, Sergeant. When is your birthday?
The 22nd next month.
Oh, in October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I usually do open panel streams on Wednesdays now. But hey, I got a resolution coming up to talk about Pokemon on Tuesdays around 9:30 starting next year. But thanks again for having me, guys. It was great.
Thank you for coming in, man. This was fun. It was last minute, and you were able to jump in. Good conversation. Very much appreciated, dude. It was a good time.
You're welcome.
And lastly, but certainly not least, my dear friend, my cycloptic brother from another cycloptic mother. When I say the words, they don't make sense, but they're hanging there. They're hanging there in the air. My good friend, Left Eye Ego, what do you have coming up, sir?
So I will be having another episode of Left Eye at Night this Monday at 7 p.m. I will be having on a Lucid Comp production promoting his new comic, which is actually pretty good. I actually got an advanced copy on issue number 2. Fantastic. And we're going to be talking about his growth in the comic book industry, just in general, and some of the highs and lows of the comic book creation process. So check that out for Monday at 7 p.m. Central. I'll try to have the advertisement for it tomorrow or Saturday out.
Right on. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. And over here on Of the Empire, well, first, let me say thank you. Let me say thank you to this panel. This was a unique night for Of the Empire. It wasn't just laughter and making inappropriate comments and all this stuff. We actually talked about some serious shit tonight, and I want to thank the panel for doing what you did. No one, you acted like you were supposed to. You acted like you're fucking humans. And I want to thank you guys for that. It was a good discussion. And thank you to the chat again. You guys are always out there and always wonderful for throwing your comments in and giving us something else to talk about, which is always good. So this was a good show. I didn't know how I was feeling going into this. Mrs. The Empire's like, don't talk about that. You don't want to set a fire on your show. You're gonna get in trouble. And I'm like, you know what, sweetheart, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. And it was good. I'm really happy we did this. So next week is going to be something a little less controversial. It's going to be slasher movies. Just random guys in your closet popping out and murdering teenage girls, because that's what happens in slasher movies. But we're going to talk about our favorite slasher films. I think it's going to be a fun time. Our good friend Dempsey is going to be with us because this is one of his favorite topics. So we're going to dive in and do that. So that's it for this week. We are with you every Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard because we always are, and we have been for the last 3 years. So think about what we talked about tonight when you're talking to people about shit you don't agree with. I just want to throw that out there. So until next time, thank you for hanging out with us. And as always, be kind.